Players Club and receive 50% off voucher for Fresh Harvest Buffet for up to 2 people. Don't miss the $270,000 Blackjack Tournament buy-in series happening through March 22nd, the $600,000 Dragon Link free slot spin on Mondays in February, and the $50,000 bonus time slot tournament Tuesdays in February. Plus, they got great entertainment and some of the best restaurants in Tampa Bay, like the Council Oak Steakhouse. Stop in the Seminole Hard Rock Hotel and Casino, the coolest place in Tampa Bay.
I'm Ultima Morgan of Morgan & Morgan. Every time one of my children started driving, it was terrifying. Thousands of accidents happen across the country. We see it every day. If you've been injured in a car accident, call us.
Dial Pound Law or visit forthepeople.com for an office near you.
Hi, I'm Ray from Sun Toyota of Newport Richey. This February, the key to your heart unlocks a brand new Toyota and savings on everything under the sun. Everything. Drive a new Tacoma for $289 per month with 4-year maintenance included. Because when you make it Sun Toyota of Newport Richey, we make it happen.
Sun Toyota of Newport Richey.
Call 800-632-8895 for more details.
Hi, folks. Phil Esposito here, Hockey Hall of Famer. Well, who knew that I was going to go a little bit deaf? I lost my hearing a little bit. People kept telling me, what's wrong with you? You can't hear. So guess what? They were right. I went to Audibel. Audibel took care of me. It was incredible. Audibel, they are terrific. And by the way, Audibel's a proud sponsor of the Tampa Bay Lightning.
Book your free hearing test now at floridahearing.com. Hear better, live better.
Sound familiar? At Mattress Firm, we understand there are many problems that can keep you up at night, like snoring, aches and pains, or sleeping hot. Our sleep experts have the unrivaled know-how to match you with a mattress that can help. And now at Mattress Firm, save up to $700, plus get a free adjustable base with select Sealy Posturepedic mattresses. For the great sleep you deserve, visit Mattress Firm. We make sleep easy. Restrictions apply. See store or website for details.
Snapshot from Progressive wasn't created for just anybody. Oh no, we made it for you. Gradual breakers. You keep your eyes on the road, so you've seen it all. As long as it all happened directly in front of you, like a Swedish masseuse, your foot knows exactly the right amount of pressure to apply to the brake. That's why your passengers feel totally relaxed with you behind the wheel and occasionally super sleepy. With Snapshot, safe drivers like you get personalized rates based on your driving habits. Sign up today at Progressive.com. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Snapshot not available in California or from all agents.
Get 5 quarts of Valvoline Full Synthetic Motor Oil and a MicroGuard Select Oil Filter for just $36.99. Limit supply.
O'Reilly Auto Parts.
Go from daydreamer to industry leader with Amazon Business. From office supplies to IT essentials, Amazon Business provides tools that help you save costs and make insight-based decisions. Learn how to bring your visions to life at AmazonBusiness.com.
Jackson Hewitt knows taxes are complicated, and with multiple jobs and tax forms, they're like Sonata complicated. Our no surprise pricing keeps things simple. Jackson Hewitt does your taxes for only $149 or less. And since we know all the new tax codes, you could get thousands back. So what are you waiting for? Hurry. File with Jackson Hewitt today for only $149 or less, guaranteed. Limited time offer for new clients on federal returns. Participating locations only. Terms at jacksonhewitt.com/149.
You say you'd never give in to a meltdown and never fill your feed with kid photos. You say you'd never put a pacifier in your mouth to clean it and never let them run wild through the grocery store. So when you say you'd never let them get into a car without you there, no, it can happen. 1 in 4 hot car deaths happen when a kid gets into an unlocked car and can't get out. Never happens. Before you leave the car, always stop, look, lock. Brought to you by NHTSA and the Ad Council.
Italian subs for your finance team at Chicago. Easy Cater. Burritos for your call center crew in Plano. Easy Cater. Bagels for your sales reps meeting clients in Charlotte. Easy Cater. Hot chicken sandwiches for your third shift warehouse workers in Memphis. Easy Cater. Your teams may be spread out across the country, but you've got one platform to feed them all, whenever and wherever they work, with food they love from favorite restaurants. Easy Cater. Food for the workplace, all in one place. Order now at easycater.com.
Hey, are you really ready for retirement? Listen to Money Made Modern with Sheridan Murphy. Saturdays at 10 a.m. on 102.5 The Bone.
Injured? Take back control of your life. Call Anajar and Levine, accident attorneys at 1-800-747-FREE.
1025 The Bone. Real Raw Radio. WHPT, Sarasota, Tampa, St. Pete. Live from the WeatherTight Windows studio.
My name is Drew. Pronounced with the O.
It's in your face with Drew Garabo.
If I'll write it and we'll do it live.
Wait a minute. We're allowed to have girls in our dorm room?
Not girls, Gil. Women. We're college men now.
Isn't college great?
It's going to be a great year.
Live from the 102.5 The Bone Studios in St. Petersburg, Florida. It's Drew Garabo. Live.
Sensation because Tampa Bay Lightning hockey is back at the Benchmark International Arena.
Yeah, boy.
And we are in the house for it. His name is Maurice. My name is Drew. Corey Cardinal on site, as well as Eric handling things back in the studio. And we've got a lot of guests lined up for you. We'll do some hockey talk. We'll do some other talk. The band you're currently hearing, In Excess, starts off the show because they are brand new nominees for the 2026 inductees for the Rock Hall of Fame. Why don't you just change your name to the Music Hall of Fame? They're going to allow rappers. Shut up, crusty old white people. But before we get into that, I promise at some point in time we're going to stop asking you for money on this radio station. We provide this entertainment for free, and you get your money's worth, trust me. But last week, we did 2 days' worth of broadcasting at the beautiful Johns Hopkins All Children's Hospital facility. And thanks to the Children's Miracle Network and your generosity, we were able to raise a couple $100,000 for a foundation that helps kids and families live a better life.
That's no small amount, Drew.
No, it's not. And it was an honor to be able to do it. Very emotional, very impactful. And I thought, okay, we're good for a while until Down to Bowl. And then, we got other various charity initiatives. To me, that's the crux of what we do here. That's my mission of being on the radio, is to make this world a better place. Sure, I want to entertain you and make you laugh and satisfy the gracious people who spend their hard-earned money to advertise on this radio program. But above and beyond all that, I just want to make this world a better place. So at our Radiothon, I got to say, I noticed that Chase in the Place was a bit off. He's normally a very energetic, enthusiastic kid, and I think all of us kind of sensed that something might be amiss or awry with him. Didn't really give it too much of a second thought. And then those last couple of days when I was going into the studio to spend time with John and Dizzy during John's Joints, I noticed Chase wasn't in his normal place in the Bone TV room. First day, I didn't really think too much about it. Yesterday, I meant to bring it up to John, but did not. And then I'm sitting home last night. My new thing is, now look, I'm going to say this right outright. For a 50-something-year-old man to spend time playing video games is ridiculous. It is immature. It is childish.
I'm not arguing with you if that's what you're looking for.
I'm not looking for an argument, okay? I'm looking for help. Not finding it. So my first step in breaking the phone addiction that we all seem to have is to put my phone away and play a little Xbox Series X when I get home.
Okay.
I'm not looking at my phone. I'm not doom scrolling.
Right.
And so last night, before our president gave his red meat speech, which is what a lot of people are calling it today, he fed us red meat, and we all ravenously chewed it up, I guess. Before that happened, I was playing a little PGA Tour 2025 or whatever, and my phone starts ringing. And isn't it the most odd thing that when our phone rings now, we take it as a personal affront? Like, why is this person someone's calling me? We don't have to call each other anymore. We have text messaging. We have social media. What is the need for a phone call? But then I looked and it was John Senning. And John and I probably have called each other a total of 5 to 10 times in the 10 years we've known each other.
Right.
And it's never to go, hey, buddy, just checking in. How you doing? So I picked it up, of course. And he said, have you been paying attention to social media the last couple minutes? And my mind went in a million different places. I mean, when at a radio station like ours, a number of possibilities are there.
You really can't start a sentence with that statement.
No, because I'm like, oh, my God. Either someone from our station lost it and is spewing stuff on social media, or a listener, like, we're missing something there. And I said, no, I actually haven't. Normally I would, but I'm playing this video game. And that's when he told me about Chasing the Place, who at our radiothon experienced severe abdominal stuff and then eventually went to go check it out because his body told him to. You know, our bodies are miracles, and they will tell us when it is absolutely time to go get something checked out.
Yeah.
Normally, it's a lot later than we should have gotten it checked out, but our bodies will absolutely tell us, hey, buddy, you better get to the emergency room.
Yeah, we're used to riding it out. This is going to go away. It's a day or two, and it'll be done.
And I don't know if it's just men that do that or if it's humanity that we think somehow our body is going to self-correct and everything's going to be fine. But I've certainly been through it, and I know people still go through it. So Chase finally went to the hospital and was diagnosed with colon cancer at 28 years old.
Unbelievable.
This kid who just got engaged to a beautiful young lady, this kid who has been lighting the Bone social media on fire, who has gotten us more engagement, more eyes on our product, more ears on our product. This kid who was on that path all of a sudden had it disrupted by this insidious, cruel disease that is indiscriminate in who it affects. And my mind immediately went to, how can I help this kid? How can I use what I went through to make sure that he and his girlfriend know not only are they going to be okay, but here's how you're going to be okay, and here's how you can put yourself in a better position to be okay, and what can I do to help? And again, I said it on Senning's show, and I'll say it here. I thanked God for my cancer. As I was walking up here from the parking garage, I just took a moment in reflection and thanked God for afflicting me with this condition, not because it did anything great for me physically, it certainly did not, but because I get to be there for people when they can be overwhelmed, when they are first confronted with what to do about being diagnosed with this disease. Because if you've never been diagnosed, which is hopefully most of you, good for you. I hope you never have to deal with that terrorizing, empty, confusing feeling of a doctor telling you those 3 words that nobody wants to hear. You've got cancer. They should do it like the AOL dude did when you got mail. He'd be like, you've got cancer. But unfortunately, they haven't worked out that technology yet. So I texted Chase. I messaged his girlfriend. And I'm able to tell them what really I wish somebody had told me, which is, if you lean on each other, if you are open and honest with each other, if you allow yourself to feel all the feelings, don't think that you're not allowed to engage in self-pity. You are. I wouldn't recommend a regular diet of that, but if that helps you cope early to think, woe is me, think woe is me. But if you want to default right away to what's the next step and how are we going to beat this thing, that's okay too. Own every little bit of your feelings. Don't be afraid to ask for help, and know that you are going to make it through this, and you are going to look back with tremendous perspective and immense gratitude that this came along, because you find out on whom you can rely. You find out who your friends are. You find out, they say you'll never know how strong you are until you're forced to be strong. And that is 1,000% the truth. I didn't know that I had it in me to beat 4 rounds of chemotherapy, 2 of them super high dose, couple of gut infections, worst case of hemorrhoids you've never, ever seen, all the things that go along with it. If you had told me that at the beginning of it, I would have said, well, I'd rather not. What's my alternative here? But I was able to spend some time. The kid's in great spirits. He's got a great fiance, and together they are both going to bond and beat this thing. Now, you're listening and you're thinking, okay, how can I help? Because I know you're a benevolent person. You're listening right now, and you're thinking, what can I do to help this young man? I don't know that we've ever promoted a GoFundMe on the air before.
I don't think so. No.
I'm very skeptical of them. You know what I mean? Like,
right.
people send them our way, and I think to myself, this seems legit, but how many news stories do you see about people who are deceptive, people who engage in fraud,
right? People
who want money because they said racist things to a 6-year-old kid in a playground? You know, I only gave them $5,000. So Chase has a GoFundMe. It's on all of our social medias. You'll see just about everybody from the station has shared it and posted about it. I just, before we went on the air, put it on the GoFundMe for the Drew Garabo Live Facebook page. Literally any amount that you can give would mean a lot. The kid was part-time. Doesn't mean benefits in Cox Media Group. His girlfriend or his fiance, I know they're very young people under the age of 30, and that this treatment for this disease is not cheap.
Right.
It's why there's no cure for it, because there is so much money to be made in the treatment of this disease that they have no interest. In my opinion, there are people who work in the field who have an interest in curing it, but at the very top level, in the ivory towers of the big healthcare companies of the world, there's no desire to treat this thing, because if it is, or cure this thing, because if it is cured, then all of their treatment money will go away, and then there will be no more cancer for them to prescribe these endless treatments and operations and procedures for. And it's unfortunate, but it's why cancer keeps happening. And I hate that it happened to this kid. I hate that it happens to anyone. And if there's anything you can do at all to help them not stress out so much, the difference in $100, $1,000 like the big rig Pat Maroon gave.
Nice.
Yeah, what a classy dude. As a Lightning fan, which I know Chase is, I told them to light up the blue bolt on the top of the building for him tonight. So we'll see if they do it. He can see it from where he is. For a guy like that to not only donate, but then to get Chase's number and text him while he's in the hospital, that is a class act right there.
Absolutely.
And that's just the kind of guy that the Tampa Bay Lightning bring on board. And I'm not surprised by it. I am impressed by it. And all of you out there, I say it all the time, having been through it myself. I will say it until they tell me to shut up or kick me off these airwaves. But if your life is good right now, appreciate every single moment of that. When you wake up tomorrow morning and you did not receive a diagnosis that you might die, what are you going to get upset about tomorrow? Allow that to lift your spirits. Allow that to give you incredible perspective and inspiration throughout your day, because you're going to be going along, and then one day you feel a weird thing here, a strange thing there, and boom, your life has changed.
Yeah.
Don't let that scare you from going to make that medical appointment, fellas. Chase was 28. It was too early for a colonoscopy.
Yeah.
If you went to your primary care physician and said at 28, I'd like to get a colonoscopy, they'd be like, come back in about 20 years.
Yeah. They've lowered it, but not that low.
Right. But advocate for your health. If you think there is something wrong, I don't care if you're 18, 28, or 68, the second you think something is wrong, don't take no for an answer. If you think you should get a colonoscopy, if you think you should get a PSA test, if you think one of your testicles, or ladies, your breasticles is a little bit off, by all means, early detection saves lives. And this kid, I believe Chase, had it caught early enough to where he will have a treatment plan, and then boom, this will be in the back of his mind before he knows it, and he and his fiance will go on to live a long, fruitful, and happy life together. But man, what a thing to happen.
I don't know what to say because it's so unbelievable. I mean, I would imagine that there are a lot of people that in their 20s, maybe even before, have gotten cancer and say, well, you get it when you're young. It's just, I don't know a lot of people that have that young.
No,
that young.
Me either.
Especially colon cancer.
Yeah,
I guess there's you think of it as something that hits you at a much more advanced stage in your life than before you're 30.
Yep, but it happens, and that's why pediatric cancer is a big thing. Unfortunately, it can happen from the moment you're born. It just doesn't care. It doesn't care how healthy you are or anything like that. And I will say, from a personal perspective, this was really eye-opening to see all of this from a different perspective. When I shared my diagnosis, first privately, and then on my Substack, which is still active. It's Drew Garabo if you want to subscribe. I don't care. It'd be cool if you did, but I'm not mad at you if you don't. When you first start to tell people, you feel their sorrow, obviously. You know that you're ruining someone's day who really loves you. But the people in your life, you don't really know how profoundly it impacts them. I now know because I like Chase a lot. Hell, the last time I was in this building, he and I were at a game together. It was the game that, oddly enough, Greg Wolf had me light the Tesla coils and announce, Drew Garabo, cancer survivor.
Oh, that's right.
And who was taking the video? Chase in the place right there.
Yeah, you couldn't get a date, and you invited Chase.
Well, I wanted him to be my date, Maurice. He was my first choice over Sarah or you. And he was good enough to come with me. But I was in this building with him that last time. I had no idea that within a couple of weeks, this awesome young dude would be laying in a hospital bed, and I would be talking to him about my journey and what helped me and what didn't help me.
Yeah, when you look at it from that perspective, to a few weeks ago, and it's like a total different landscape now.
Yeah, and a lot of people right now, I hate to say this, you're living with it inside you, and you just don't know it yet. It happens. There are certain cancers, especially colon cancer, that present no symptoms whatsoever. And then I was talking to Chase's dad, also a colon cancer survivor, and he said the second he saw a drop of blood in his stool, went to the doctor, and that's when they were like, "Yeah, boom, that's you. That you got it."
Yeah.
So pay attention to your body, people. I can't even tell you how important that is, and life is all we get, man. This is our goal is to make as many rotations around the sun as we can, to make as many memories as we can, and to spread as much good cheer and happiness as we can. So I apologize if this was a bit of a heavy first segment. I did wrestle with whether or not to talk about it at all because we're at a Lightning game where we should be talking about fun things like hockey and gold medals and whatnot. But while I've already brought you down, we'll cover right now just our extreme condolences go out to Tampa Bay Lightning head coach John Cooper, who lost his father and will be away from the team for the next 2 games. I just cannot imagine the range of emotions a man goes through taking his squad to the gold medal game of the Olympics, winning silver, and then losing your father. And that just speaks to, again, the dichotomy of life. 1 minute you're on top of the world, and the next minute the world is collapsing upon you.
Sometimes simultaneously you're at the top of the world without realizing that it's collapsing around you.
Yeah, and then sometimes you could think it's collapsing around you, and you have no idea that just around the corner are great times and amazing things that are going to happen in your life.
That's already been put into place and in the works.
Yep, the universe, God, whatever you want to believe in, has it all planned out for you, and it's up to us to play your part. Play your part. I like to go into a little dungeon family whenever I can. So, now that we've bummed you out, now that we've been emotionally grave, if you will, we'll reset. We'll come back. We'll have fun things to talk about. We'll take your phone calls at 800-771-1025. But even if you can't help Chase through the GoFundMe, just send some positive energy his way, whether or not you believe in prayer. It's very interesting when people who are followers of Christ want to pray for you and they ask you if that's okay. No one should ever be offended by someone else praying for them to their higher power, whether you ascribe to that belief or not. If someone is praying to Jesus, to God, to Allah, to whatever, accept that, embrace that, and be flattered by that, because they are using their personal relationship with their higher power to ask for grace and strength for you. But it's always so interesting when someone's like, may I pray for you? Would you? I'm like, oh my God, yes, please. You know?
I never ask people, can I pray for them?
You
I
just pray
do.
for them?
Yeah.
You know what they call that? They call that prayer rape.
Yeah, so that's
fine. That's what you're doing.
Yeah. But in my defense, sometimes I'm not praying good things. I'm trying not to give him a heads up, Drubert.
This freaking guy, Corey. What are we going to do with incorrigible Maurice? So we're going to take a moment. We'll return. We'll talk about the nominees.
Oh, yes.
Oh, I didn't even mention. I don't even think you know.
Uh-oh.
But you'll know by the look on my face. The look of not somewhere below disdain and disgust is the emotion that I share when I see the man who single-handedly ruined 80s radio as one of the nominees. I won't tell you who it is
I don't
yet.
want to know.
You'll know. Next on Drew Garabo live at the Benchmark International Arena. Toronto Maple Leafs in town. Lightning looking to continue their hot streak, and we'll have more of it right here on 102.5 The Bone, your home for the Tampa Bay Lightning.
You're listening to Drew Garabo live on 102.5 The Bone. Stream Real Raw Radio live anytime on the free 102.5 The Bone app. Now, a Bone traffic update from the Farah and Farah Personal Injury Attorneys Traffic Center.
In Pinellas, the crashes at the two right lane spots westbound along East Bay Drive just past US 19. There's also an accident along Starkey at Jacaranda Avenue. In Hillsborough, there's a wreck clearing northbound on Dale Mabry at Limebaugh. There's also an accident southbound along US 301 just before Sly. This is Jim with traffic.
A man hit on his way to work filed a $10,000 claim. Denied. After 5 surgeries, Farah and Farah fought for him and won a $2.2 million verdict. Let them cook, Tampa.
Are your investments in the right accounts? What's best, traditional or Roth? Are you receiving all available tax deductions? Are you paying as little in tax as you can? These are all questions you can't afford to get wrong. Hi, I'm Jeff Jr., founder of Trajan Wealth, and in many cases, it's not what you make, but it's what you keep that makes the real difference. Trajan Wealth and Trajan Tax work closely together exclusively. No more guessing about whether you should do a Roth conversion, or if maxing out your 401k is really the best option. Our nationally recognized fiduciary advisors and CPA team work in tandem to make sure your tax strategy works with your investment strategy. We'll even do your tax preparation. One team, one strategy. Isn't it time for a second opinion? Call Trajan today at 813-212-0500. That's 813-212-0500.
Trajan Wealth, an SEC-registered investment advisor. Additional services through Trajan Estate and Trajan Tax. Additional disclosures and accreditation at TrajanWealth.com.
Are you thinking about getting engaged or finally getting that Rolex? The Gold and Diamond Source can help you trade in your old broken jewelry and use it towards a new purchase. And with gold prices at record highs, now's the best time. They only sell natural diamonds, and if it's real love, it should be real natural diamonds. With the Gold and Diamond Source first-time buyer program, you can learn all about the 4 C's, all the different shapes and styles. They're able to show you a huge selection of inventory to choose from, and they offer 0% financing for up to 5 years. So if you finance $5,000, that's only $83 a month. Explore the Gold and Diamond Source's exclusive collection of pre-owned Rolex watches, offering timeless elegance and exceptional quality. Make sure it's a Gold and Diamond Source diamond, 3800 Omerton Road in Clearwater, or always online at goldanddiamond.com.
It's a love you give only at Gold and Diamond Source.
Brandon Honda is having its biggest used car event of the entire year. Hi, I'm Sam Ravi. Right now at Brandon Honda, get certified pre-owned vehicles from $6,900, backed up with a real nationwide lifetime warranty. Get CRVs from $15,000, HRVs $14,000, Accords $12,000, and get certified Civics from an incredible $9,000. We're approving all credit applications, plus make no payments for 90 days. Get all the facts at BrandonHonda.com.
Call 813-527-9308 for more information.
Hey, Dad, why do people wait until it's hot out to call about their air conditioner?
Well, Badger
Bob's has been doing this since 1982, son. That's just how it goes.
They should call Badger Bob's now to have it checked.
You heard Bob Jr. Now's the time to check your heating and cooling system. So Badger Bob's is offering up to $2,000 in cash incentives for early planners. Get your free estimate at badgerbobs.com. Badger Bob's, a funny name, but we're serious about service. It's who we are.
License CAC 1815977, CFC 1428238, and EC 130092294.
Your team is heating up the ice this season. You can catch thrilling hockey moments all season long on 102.5 The Bone. It's all brought to you by Central Florida Behavioral Health Network.
Finding great candidates to hire can be like, well, trying to find a needle in a haystack. Sure, you can post your job to some job board, but then all you can do is hope the right person comes along, which is why you should try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/radio. ZipRecruiter doesn't depend on candidates finding you. It finds them for you. Its powerful technology identifies people with the right experience and actively invites them to apply to your job. You get qualified candidates fast. So while other companies might deliver a lot of hay, ZipRecruiter finds you what you're looking for. The needle in the haystack.
See why 4 out of 5 employers who post a job in ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. ZipRecruiter, the smartest way to hire. And right now, you can try ZipRecruiter for free. That's right, free at ZipRecruiter.com/radio. That's ZipRecruiter.com/radio. ZipRecruiter.com/radio.
ZipRecruiter.
So, you're ready to propose, huh?
Yeah, man. She's definitely the one.
What are we thinking about the ring? I got my wife's at Hellsberg. I couldn't recommend a better jeweler.
I could use some help with that.
Man, go to Hellsberg. I had no idea how many details you need to consider. Did you know you can get a natural or lab-grown diamond? I didn't. Figure out what she wants. Trust me, they'll make it happen.
Start your story with Hellsberg. Shop in store or at hellsberg.com.
It's time to get in the Seminole Hard Rock Hotel and Casino. Sign up for a Unity card at Players Club and receive 50% off voucher for Fresh Harvest Buffet for up to 2 people. Don't miss the $270,000 Blackjack Tournament buy-in series happening through March 22nd. The $600,000 Dragon Link free slot spin on Mondays in February. And the $50,000 bonus time slot tournament Tuesdays in February. Plus, they got great entertainment and some of the best restaurants in Tampa Bay like the Council Oak Steakhouse. Stop in the Seminole Hard Rock Hotel and Casino, the coolest place in Tampa Bay.
With other language learning apps, I was just playing games. I wasn't really learning. Babbel's different.
Babbel was designed by over the most effective way to learn another language.
Every time I open the app, we're listening, and it saves my mistakes. Isn't good with
AB.
So to, what does that say? Yeah, that was an response.
Today.
The Strawberry Festival returns to Plant City Wednesday, March 4th, Dierks Bentley, Thursday, March 5th, and catch Toddler, as well as The Offspring, on Saturday, March 7th. All at the Florida Strawberry Festival, February 26th through March 8th.
If you've been injured, we're prepared and ready to help. Call Farah & Farah anytime.
Tampa.
You could win a new Corvette Z06 at the Strawberry Festival from Stingray Chevrolet. The best Corvette we've ever raffled. Tickets still just $5. Every dollar benefits Unity in the community right here at home. Enter online at stingraychevroletraffle.com.
Now, a weather update from the Sun Toyota Weather Center.
Sun Toyota.com.
I'm Fox 13 Chief Meteorologist Paul DeLegato. Cold air is about done. We'll go mostly clear tonight, lows in the mid-50s. Coming up on Thursday, a mix of sun and clouds, warmer and a bit more humid with highs running in the mid-70s. Showers arrive on Friday.
Now, back to Real Raw Radio, sponsored by Anajar and Levine, accident attorneys. Call 1-800-747-FREE.
That's 1-800-747-3733.
Now, back to Drew Garabo Live.
Oh, yeah. effective date on this song, I believe it's 1979, which is just insane that I believe that that's the year this song was launched by Joy Division, but I think I might be right on this.
You are 100%. I'm going to...
Because I seem to remember that I always think it's an 80s song because it birthed all of the 80s new wave music, none of which would exist if not for Joy Division, Love Will Tear Us Apart, but I could be wrong on this one. Could be 80 or 81.
I'm going to say 1979. I would have said that too.
All right.
And, 1980. 1980.
Probably recorded in 79.
It would have had to have been.
Okay,
yeah.
So, I don't want to be wrong on this one. If Loving You is wrong, I don't want to be right. Joy Division in New Order, nominee for the induction of the Rock Hall of Fame.
Don't stand a chance in hell.
800-771-1025. Unfortunately, you're right. We'll take your calls on that, but I just wanted to make sure I mentioned, I told this dude I would throw him a shout-out. Next Friday night, March 6th, is the Stroll Magazine Venetian Isles Block Party benefiting the Jackson Copeland Foundation. Jeff Copeland is throwing this event. Young Jackson passed from pediatric cancer, so they're throwing this event. It is next Friday, 5:30 to 7:30 in Venetian Isles. Just look up the Facebook page. You'll go Stroll Magazine Venetian Isles Block Party or Jackson Copeland Foundation. It's in the North End cul-de-sac of Michigan Avenue, and it's going to be a huge, big party. They're honoring Jackson's legacy, supporting families in the fight against leukemia, music, etc. And thank you very much to Jeff for being so patient and understanding that we have a lot going on at this radio station. 800-771-1025 is our number. We await doors opening at the Benchmark International Arena, where tonight your red-hot Tampa Bay Lightning will be taking on the Toronto Maple Leafs, who have this year, they've been experiencing some struggles, but they say the most dangerous animal is a wounded dog. And I'm not equating these Maple Leafs with a wounded dog, but they typically play very well in this building against this team. And this is not going to be a gimme game. Austin Matthews is hopefully going to be a little bit dragging ass from partying so hard with the rest of the American gold medalists, but the rest of the dudes on that team, Nylander, Tavares, the rest. By the way, do you see how I did that with no notes? I can name players on other teams now with no notes in front of me because I've become a real hockey fan.
Now, what if that player that you just referenced, what if he brings that gold medal rub to the rest of the team? You got to look out for that.
Well, we've got countering that Jake Gensel bringing his gold medal rub to the Tampa Bay Lightning.
Oh.
But that will be tarnished by Brandon Hagel's silver medal rub.
Oh, yeah.
Boy, I wonder, I know hockey players chirp each other, and I know that, like, nothing's sacred in the locker room. There's no way Jake Gensel, like, does a little, like, medal shaming against Brandon Hagel, right? Like, that I would think would be off limits. I imagine there are no boundaries at all on what they will bust balls about.
Right.
I bet the medal, I bet that is such a sensitive subject that I would think that there's no way, if I'm Gensel, Hagel goes to open his locker today, and there's Gensel's gold medal, and I go, I'm sorry, yours is supposed to be silver. I must have left that there by mistake.
I think you have to. When are you ever going to have a chance to bust balls like that again?
Every, 4, 8, 12 years? I don't know how often they have the Olympics. Who cares? I think Eric texted me. He's running the board and doing a great job. Our phone screening program, because we have a phone screener now.
Yeah.
Cindy is online, too. That could be Cindy Lou Who. Could be Cindy Williams, who played Shirley on Laverne and Shirley. Could be Cindy Brady, played by Susan Olsen, if I'm not mistaken, the youngest of the Brady girls.
Cindy Crawford.
Who was a fantastic model back in the day.
She was the 80s supermodel.
House of Style. She was something else.
Forget about it.
Could also be Cindy
McCready, Forgotten Country singer.
That was not Cindy McCready. That was Mindy.
See how much I forgot about her.
And I believe I don't know country music, but I believe Mindy McCready's the one who on the front porch. I think. Did she unalive herself? Other Cindy, do you know?
I do not know.
Oh. Well, all right. Sorry to bring us down into that hellhole that Mo just pushed us in, but with his Cindy McGreedy. What can we do for you, young lady?
Well, I just, when I was 28, I found out I was diagnosed with HIV. I'm 62 as of a couple weeks ago.
Wow, look at you, Magic Johnson. That's amazing.
The 2 years that I spent scared that I was going to wake up dead, I didn't do anything about it. You know what I mean?
I do.
And the fact that he is going and getting the medical help and trying to work stuff out. My thing is, take advantage of all the things that are offered to you. If they suggest a therapist, do it. If you need a psychiatrist, do it. I mean, those things, like you said, hopefully this was early enough that something's going to, work for him, especially if his father survived it.
Yeah, that's exactly it.
You never cease to amaze me. The way you hang up on people so obnoxiously and then you're so kind. I don't know how you can really hang up on those people obnoxiously because you seem like you're so much kinder than that.
Ma'am, far be it from me to challenge an HIV survivor on her verbiage, but obnoxiously is heinously offensive to me. I hang up on them joyfully. I hang up about them with so much vigor and enjoyment that it's not I suppose I can see where that would be perceived as obnoxiousness, but who's got time for pleasantries of thank you so much for your call. Please make a return call. I invite you to come back to our little restaurant here. I ain't got time for that BS.
Listen, Cindy, make no mistake. If we were back at the studio, he'd have hung up on you 3 minutes ago.
You wouldn't even. You would have gotten 2 of the 3 letters of HIV out of your mouth.
I was HIV.
Yeah, people would have thought you were high. You know what I mean? And instead, we now know, the real you. In all seriousness, F you for saying that. No, seriously. In all seriousness, I am so flattered that you would be trusting enough to us to share that with us. I know that's not an easy thing to tell people. It's a little probably easier in 2026 than it was in the 1980s, I'm sure.
Right.
But wow, surviving that must have given you such perspective. Yes, Maurice.
I was going to ask her, you said it was 2 years before you decided to do anything. What was the impetus that made you say, hey, I've got to do something?
I got pregnant.
Oh, that'll do it. That's a good motivator. Wow.
Yeah, I had no choice.
That wasn't the answer.
I had to.
Yeah, good. Wow.
Yeah.
Mo is just convinced to drag us down in the depths of hell tonight. Can you describe your symptoms in great detail, please, Cindy? Tell us, were you bleeding through your eyes?
Well, but so what I'm gleaned from this is you wanted to be around for your child's life, and you also wanted to maybe have the best chance of not passing it on to your child.
That's exactly right. And my daughter is 32. She just turned 32 last weekend. So
wow, that is great, man. You must be one proud mama.
I mean, yeah, and she's pretty tough too. The thing is, I am pretty more vocal about it than a lot of people because in the early days, about 30 years ago, I was on the PWA Speakers Bureau, and I went to Sarasota County Jail once a month on Sundays to talk to inmates.
Wow.
I went to high schools, middle schools, nursing classes, massage school classes, and spoke about how I was infected because the thing is, HIV still is 100% preventable.
Yep.
Condoms are your best friend. But beyond that, I didn't want it to happen to anybody else because when I got told by the blood bank, because I was a blood donor, they called me at work and told me at work, by the way.
Oh, man.
Yeah. So I had the delivery driver, because I worked in an auto parts store, drive me to the blood bank because I was going to fix it because I wasn't gay. That's all I knew about HIV.
Oh, my God.
At that time.
Crazy. That's all anybody is. We thought, the gay flu is what it was called,
Yeah. And believe it or not, I worked 13 years at a pain management clinic for one of the doctors that was on the ground floor when he was an infectious disease doctor when HIV started.
Oh, you must have...
LaFrock.
Okay, I think, was he in that movie, The Band Marched On, or what? It was with Alan Alda, and the band played on. That was it. It was about the birth of HIV.
He was not.
Okay.
He was not.
What a movie.
He was a doctor,
Yes.
and he was amazing. I've met several people that he walked into their room and said, we got nothing. We don't know, and you should get yourself your business in order. Now, he's worked with, when we worked together, he was instrumental in trying to help me navigate, because I'm fortunate I have very good doctors who, when I say, I'm not going to take that because it's this.
Yeah.
Right now I'm going through withdrawals because I've been on 3,200 milligrams of gabapentin because of drug trials that I was on and stuff like that through the years that have caused me to have unexplainable and unrepairable pains and aches and all that kind of stuff. But the gabapentin, there's been studies that have come out, and I figured that it was worse for me than better. And right now I'm trying to decide if I really made the right decision. It took me 6 months to get off of it.
You and I have a shared experience there, because to combat the neuropathy in my feet, they prescribed me gabapentin, and I found it was really, really effective at one thing, and that was making my brain think that it needed more gabapentin. And it was a really weird experience. It didn't help my feet at all, and I was conscious of the fact that all this drug was doing was making me want more of this drug. Yet I was almost powerless to resist it. I'm like, well, I still need it. I still can't sleep without it. It's going to make my feet feel better eventually. Until I just went to my oncologist. I'm like, yo, dude, you got to get me off this stuff. And he did, and I weaned myself off it. But firsthand, that's an evil drug. I mean, it keeps dogs from getting seizures, I guess. But for people, I'm not so sure that's a good one.
It is a seizure medication to start with. So this neuropathy thing is off-label, basically.
Yeah.
But there was a new study that came out, and it affects your long-term cognitive behavior. Obviously, your brain is addicted to it.
Yep.
I was having withdrawal symptoms if I missed a dose within 6 hours.
Yikes.
Heard.
And I've been off of it for 10 days now, and I'm still having withdrawal symptoms, and my doctor suspects this may go on for months.
What a survivor you are.
I weigh things out.
What a freaking survivor you are. I really hope that they're still listening in that hospital room, because I think everybody listening right now needed to hear your story. You're a pretty incredible woman, Cindy. I appreciate the call, and I'm glad I did not obnoxiously hang up on you earlier.
And I want to, I'm going to friend you on Facebook, and I'm going to send you a couple of homeopathics that may help with your neuropathy that don't affect any medication you take, that are inexpensive and may help you. So
thank you. That's very thoughtful. I've resigned myself to the fact that nothing's ever going to help. So if there's any improvement at all, that is quite the mitzvah, as we like to say in the Yiddish community. I'm going to ask Eric to politely hang up on you, not obnoxiously. Eric,
slam that phone down, Eric.
Eric, you make sure that you are not obnoxiously hanging up on Cindy. Hang up on her with politeness.
He was very nice when he answered.
No, he F him, pussy. He doesn't know how to do it. No, I'm just kidding. Thanks, Cindy. I appreciate it. Keep surviving, will you?
Guys.
Thank
All
you.
right. Thank
Appreciate
you.
that. Hang up on that. Obnoxiously, I mean, that's actionable. That hits me at my core. But I can certainly see from the recipient's end how that's viewed as. I like when people will call in. It happened a couple of times yesterday. Like, the line just went dead. I was talking.
Yeah, right.
Oh, I'm aware. oh, did it? Oh,
we must have gotten disconnected somehow. I'm not really sure.
Yeah, call back again, please, right now, so I can make sure it doesn't happen again to you. 800-771-1025. I was just thinking when she said that phrase, I have HIV, I've been on the radio since 1994. I don't know that anyone has ever stated that unsolicited about themselves. It's very powerful to do that. I'm sure it makes the people who are listening with that feel seen. And God, remember in the 80s when that was it was like COVID, yet worse.
Yeah, 1,000 times worse. But in defense of or recognition of Cindy's spirit, she didn't let the HIV keep her from kicking it out wide.
No, dude, she can't. You can't let that HIV stop you from kicking it out wide.
I mean, she was right back out there, Drew.
How am I often viewed as the bad guy on this radio program?
Oh, you are.
You've got the heart of darkness over there. 800-771-1025. Eric told me that Edward is on line one, so let's see what he wants. Hello, Edward. Hello, Edward. Maybe he meant N-word. Oh, can you say Can you say hello, N-word? But don't say N-word. Say the N-word.
Oh, you know I'd love to.
Is a caller there? Hello?
Hi.
You're not Edward. What'd you do with Edward?
No, I don't. Edward went.
Oh, all right. Who are you?
My name is Denise. How are you guys doing?
Doing real great. Wow. Denise, how's the nephew doing? I just couldn't resist. I'm so sorry.
Man.
I apologize.
I got rid of him years ago.
Okay. What's up?
I heard you talking about the gabapentin. When I was in the movie industry business,
yes,
I fell 45 feet to the ground.
Oh.
I'm not supposed to be here.
Wait, hold on one second. Did you just say you fell 45, not 425, you fell 45 feet to the ground?
Yes, 45 feet to the ground on concrete.
Can you describe, I mean, I hate to take you back to probably the most traumatic point of your life physically, but would you mind, like, what leading us up right up to the point where you plummeted? Because I would start using the verb plummeted if I were you. Really, it paints a much better picture. Anybody can say fell. What you did, you fall over a rock. You fall out of a first-story window.
Fall off the curb.
45 feet. You plummeted, my dear. So,
a rock.
That is a great word.
Oh, yeah, and Eric, if you could just play Like a Rock by Bob Seger in the background. No, I'm just kidding. But no, tell us like how that happened, please. My God.
I used to be a rigger for 16 years in the movie industry business. I was on Jersey Boys, and we were down rigging at Warner Brothers Ranch, and we just dropped the last one-ton motor, and I went over to start lowering down all our jack. And it was I kind of was, in a place in my life where I was arguing with God at that moment. Okay. And I just, kept asking him why I'm a good person. I do what I'm supposed to do. I help others. Why is my life so hard? And I said the mad mistake of saying, why don't you prove it to me that you really exist? And the next thing I know, I'm going over.
Whoa.
Rigger, please.
Could you, if you say rigger again, could you say rig up for the love of God?
Yeah.
Not you, man. You can say the hard R. Mo can.
I had a knot in my line, and I stopped midstream. I had some cable and a pendant on my line, and when I stopped, I stepped on my line. I shook out my line to let go of the knot, and as I went back into the descent, weight on the line tripped the back of my leg, and it turned me around. And where I was at my pick point, it was not a rail that you detach. It had a hinge on it. So as fast as it turned me, and I was on the catwalk, I wasn't out in the ozone where I normally am. The top rail popped open. I busted my head open, and as I was going down, I kept thinking, because at 5 minutes before that, I had just taken off my harness, and I said, when is this going to stop me? That was the two thoughts, and the second thought was, oh, okay, it just worked. And as I opened my eyes, there was this pile of blood, and I went, okay, it worked. And I laid there, but the short end of the story, they tried to put me on gabapentin.
I forgot about that.
I forgot. Man, that was so long ago. I thought you had AIDS.
Yeah, right.
All that AIDS blood seeping out.
Man, that's all I could think of is AIDS blood all over the concrete.
Actually, the color of the blood was really it was amazing. Because you have a thought process. Okay, it worked, but then you realize that I wasn't wearing my heart, and the first thing that thought came to my mind was, because I've never seen that amount of blood before, was like, wow, that's kind of an awesome color. I have a sick humor. And the next thing I know, I'm off onto a gurney, and they're taking me down to, and this all happened in L.A., they're taking me down to the nearest hospital because of the amount of fall. They wanted to make sure that, I wasn't, doing all that. But, I'm very sensitive to anything, and when they put me on the gabapentin, I asked him, I said, hey, I'm very sensitive. He says, I realize that. He says, what I want you to do is take it at night so you can sleep through it. And I took it in the late afternoon just to see if he was lying to me. And within
I felt like I was drunk and dizzy, and from that point on, because I had to adhere to what they said, otherwise I would be a bad patient. I would just keep filling it and throwing it all away, like down the toilet.
Yep, it's the worst. Listen, what a story.
Horrible.
My God almighty. Thank you again, 2 ladies in a row sharing these unbelievable stories of survival and oh my God! Who follows that? I hate ladies. Just don't call anymore. If something's worse. But seriously, thank you, Cindy. Yes.
I just want to say you guys are awesome, and it's a pleasure listening to you every day. Thank you so much.
It's a pleasure that someone like you listens to the show. Thank you. Have a great night, and go Bolts. My God,
yowzers!
I'm like scared to see a text from Eric right now. It's like we had 2 unbelievable stories of I don't even know what to call it. I would have been thinking about the AIDS ladies call all night. If now I got a 45-foot fall.
Mm.
Whoa!
So right at the moment when you're cursing God.
Right. So was she when she was first talking? It sounded like she was tempting to go over herself, not necessarily asking God to prove it.
That's what
I was thinking.
Okay. Yeah, and maybe she did have that thought, and God was like, "You want to know what that would be like?" Blink. Yeah. I mean, I got to say, guys, God's a jerk.
What a dick.
I mean, I'm sorry. I love you, higher power. I'm only here because of you. I want to serve my supreme being. But that's kind of a jerk move. I just got to say. I got to call it as I see it.
Oh, it wasn't kindness. Was it him answering her prayer? You don't challenge God.
Believe me, oh Lord, mighty Lord, I'm not challenging thee. I do not forsake thee, Lord. I was not challenging thee. I was merely making. Maybe there was a better way to teach that lesson than making that poor lady fall 45 feet and crack her head and marvel at the color of her blood. That's all.
Oh, you thought it was bad before?
Yeah, right. I'm just saying. He sent his only kid down to die. Who knows what this guy's going to do?
I guess he's always got that in his back pocket, huh? All right, fine. I really felt yesterday at the end of the show that spiritually I was starting to find the right path, whether it was Messianic Judaism or Jews for Jesus or whatever. Now, I don't know if I want to be a part of this whole religious world. There's a lot going on here, and it scares me. But like it or not, we're all living in it. Hey, we're going to reset. I don't know how we follow that, but we're going to give you a great ride home next. Hopefully, those of you listening got to enjoy that. I hope the commuters of Tampa Bay get lighter fare. We'll talk about the Rock nominations.
Yeah, that's just got.
Unless you ladies have anything. What is Drew? I just want to let you know I gave birth to a 2-headed mule back in 1964, and it ripped me stem to stern, and I survived it. And that gabapentin's a bitch. We'll return with more Drew Garabo Live. We are at the Benchmark International Arena, where Rush will be playing November 9th and 13th. I know you're excited about that. 2/3 of Rush anyway. And we are Drew Garabo Live at the Benchmark International Arena for tonight's Toronto Maple Leafs Tampa Bay Lightning game. I'll give Mo some parlays, and we'll have some fun next.
You're listening to Drew Garabo Live on 102.5 The Bone. Come roll with us for 102.5 The Bone and Drew Garabo Live's Down to Bowl. The 5th annual Down to Bowl event is happening Saturday, March 21st from noon to 3 p.m. at Pin Chasers Veterans Location. Join Drew Garabo Live for a great time, raising money for a great cause, with all of the proceeds going to the Down Syndrome Association of Tampa Bay. Head to theboneonline.com now to register and find out how you can come roll with us. The 5th annual Down to Bowl with Drew Garabo Live and 102.5 The Bone. Sponsored by Achieva Credit Union. Now, a Bone traffic update from the Farah and Farah Personal Injury Attorneys Traffic Center.
Our biggest problems are all in Pinellas. So right northbound along East Lake after Keystone has had the left lane blocked. It's causing major backups. There's an accident along Missouri south of Druid, as well as one northbound on Starkey Road a little ways past Park Boulevard. This is Jim with traffic.
Furman Chevrolet in Brandon is Tampa Bay's #1 Chevy dealer. What makes us #1 at Furman Chevy Brandon? We say yes. Yes to having Tampa Bay's largest new Chevy inventory. Yes to paying top dollar for your trade. yes to transparent pricing with no dealer-installed options or inflated market adjustments you're forced to buy. Come see why we are number one. Visit us on Adamo Drive in Brandon or online at FurmanChevy.com. Furman Chevy Brandon. Together, let's drive.
Hey, it's Drew Garabo. As a longtime Spectrum internet and mobile customer, I can tell you, Spectrum is a real deal. My home gets fast, reliable, fiber-powered internet with all the speed I need for streaming, working, and everything else. And with Spectrum Mobile running on America's fastest 5G network, I can stay connected anywhere I go. Plus, getting internet and mobile together saves me big. Switch today and see what Spectrum can do for you. Go to Spectrum.com to learn more. Spectrum Internet is powered by fiber and delivered by HFC.
Are you dealing with bad feet all day? The Good Feet store wants to help you get back to living in comfort. Schedule your free fitting at goodfeet.com.
I'm back to doing what I love and more. Thanks to the Good Feet store.
Hi, I'm Ray from Sun Toyota of Newport Richey. This February, the key to your heart unlocks a brand new Toyota and savings on everything under the sun. Everything. Drive a new Tacoma for $289 per month with 4-year maintenance included. Because when you make it Sun Toyota of Newport Richey, we make it happen.
Sun Toyota
Of Newport Richey.
Call 800-632-8895 for more details.
Let's talk seafood. I spend so much time talking about the ribeyes and the tri-tips that I love cooking up from Wild Fork. I don't spend enough time talking about the great seafood. One of the sleeper items I love to get for a little snack is the pepper-cracked smoked salmon. Great for a little treat. They've got sockeye, Alaskan salmon as well. The grouper is amazing. That Chilean sea bass. Get the lemon butter sauce. You will not regret it. And they've got all the sauces, sides, and seasonings to go right along with it right there at Wild Fork. You can order online or get into the store in West Chase, South Tampa, or St. Pete on 4th Street North. Always online at wildforkfoods.com.
Just when you thought the savings had ended, Crown Kia is just getting started. That's right. Right now at Crown Kia, the deals are stronger than ever. We have select new Kia models. 0% APR for 5 years. 0 down payment or 0 payments until spring. Don't wait. These offers won't last forever. We don't want to see you in another dealer's Kia. Crown Kia, the better way to buy and service. Call 800-371-0942 for complete details.
At IDC, we honor the legacy of the one and only Keith LeClaire.
We refuse to be beat on any diamond, any price, anywhere. You cannot get any closer to the source than International Diamond Center.
His competitive spirit, his leadership, his passion for quality.
The finest quality at the best price, guaranteed. Anybody that sees it on her hand, they're going to be going, where'd you get that diamond?
And who can forget Keith's fun side?
If you don't come to IDC, you are nuts. You're going to get a bigger, better diamond for less at IDC, period.
As we mourn his passing, Keith LeClaire's spirit will always be alive and well at IDC. And his other family members carry on his legacy. His voice, his teachings, his vision will continue to guide us into the future. And the core values of IDC will never change.
I want you to be protected. I want you to make sure you're getting what you paid for. It's a commitment from our family. It's our blood. It's our heart behind it. It's our trust. It's our integrity.
International Diamond Center, Tampa, Clearwater, Lakeland, and Sarasota. Online at shopidc.com.
You say you never give in to a meltdown and never fill your feed with kid photos. You say you'd never put a pacifier in your mouth to clean it and never let them run wild through the grocery store. So when you say you'd never let them get into a car without you there, no, it can happen. 1 in 4 hot car deaths happen when a kid gets into an unlocked car and can't get out. Never happens. Before you leave the car, always stop, look, lock. Brought to you by NHTSA and the Ad Council.
Italian subs for your finance team in Chicago. Easy Cater. Burritos for your call center crew in Plano. Easy Cater. Bagels for your sales reps meeting clients in Charlotte. Easy Cater. Hot chicken sandwiches for your third shift warehouse workers in Memphis. Easy Cater. Your teams may be spread out across the country, but you've got one platform to feed them all, whenever and wherever they work, with food they love from favorite restaurants. Easy Cater. Food for the workplace, all in one place. Order now at easycater.com.
I remember brushing my hair and looking down and thinking, oh my gosh, do I have any hair left?
I used to look at women with thick, beautiful hair and think, why doesn't my hair look like that?
My thinning hair is making me feel so old.
If you want thick, healthy, gorgeous hair, then you need Hair Volume from New Nordic.
With clinically proven ingredients like apple extract, biotin, and millet, Hair Volume nourishes your hair follicles to promote thicker, healthier-looking hair. Say goodbye to shedding, thin, and dull hair, and hello to thick, healthy hair with Hair Volume.
Since taking Hair Volume, the shedding has all but stopped.
Now, instead of being jealous of other women's hair, I have friends who are jealous of mine.
My hairdresser couldn't believe the difference in my hair. Now she's using Hair Volume too.
Available as a tablet or delicious gummy, Hair Volume is available online at Amazon and NewNordicUSA.com, or find Hair Volume in the hair care aisle at your local CVS.
Think selling your home is stressful? Try picking the wrong agent. Choose right the first time. Call Jeff Borum of Team Borum with eXp Realty and see how his cutting-edge marketing can get you the most money for your home. Call Jeff at 813-344-4287 or go online at jeffborum.com. That's jeffborum.com and start packing.
Confidence is knowing you're ready to handle whatever comes your way. That's what it feels like to take on your workday with Cintas. They make sure your AEDs are up to date, your fire extinguishers are tested and inspected, your floor mats are cleaned and delivered, and your workwear looks good, feels good, and is freshly laundered with the Cintas Apparel Plus program. So are you ready to take on today? Visit Cintas.com.
I'm ready!
And get ready for the workday.
Need life insurance but have diabetes, high blood pressure, or on anxiety meds? If you're a 50-year-old male, even porky, or with type 2 diabetes, $1 million of life insurance may only cost you about $200 a month. For affordable term life insurance, call Term Provider and speak with Big Lou at 800-777-1225. 800-777-1225 or visit biglou.com. Remember, Big Lou's like you. He's on meds too. 800-777-1225.
What's your case worth? Injury.com by Morgan & Morgan.
1025 The Bone. Real Raw Radio. WHPT, Sarasota, Tampa, St. Pete. Live from the WeatherTight Windows studio. Unique opinions, compelling conversation, and the best in afternoon entertainment. Now, the conversation continues on Drew Garabo Live.
Yeah. This one's for you, Maurice, and for Cindy, and for the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame nominations. Far be it from me to call myself a genius, Maurice.
Let me, please. You're a genius.
Oh, thank you. That's not at all why I was pausing pregnantly. I wanted to rejoin with one of the rock and roll nominees that we hadn't played yet. I thought, what Billy Idol songs could I play? Eyes Without a Face. Well, that'd be good if we got a call from a lady who, I don't know, had eyes without a face. White Wedding, if someone had a little bit of shotgun going on.
Yeah, right.
Rebel Yell, if a lady had just called up to give us a rebel. By the way, do you know what a rebel yell sounds like? Like if you're, I want you to envision yourself back in the Confederacy. I know that's probably very difficult to do. But if you were in the Confederacy, Maurice, and you wanted to yell to your fellow rebels, like what kind of rebel yell? Would it be more, like Billy Idol told us? Or?
I thought it was the N-word. That's what I thought of your rebel yell.
Are you telling me that Billy Idol's song Rebel Yell is about a woman who in the midnight hour is yelling the N-word?
if he hitting it right, she is. My N-word.
Okay, I think we could all envision what that would sound like and look like, unfortunately. Hello there. My name is Drew Garabo. He's Maurice. We have a family-friendly program, and we are here at the Benchmark International Arena.
That's right.
Where today we have security Corey Cardinal looming over us with these enormous muscles.
Got the skull and crossbones on his hoodie.
And we're here to give you the most popular ride home in Tampa Bay radio. We're delighted to be here and delighted that you're there. Hope you had a great day at work. If you're heading down here to the game, take your time. Plenty of time. We got a 7:30 puck drop, meaning that Drew and Mo will go all the way up until 6:50 when we will hand things over to Greg Linnelli. We have some guests coming by in a bit, but you get our normal radio program. We're just inside an arena where we are a couple of times a year, thanks to our relationship with the broadcast partner of the Tampa Bay Lightning, 102.5 The Bone.
Can I mention what a gorgeous day and to be walking around downtown? around and walking over here and around. It is just gorgeous out there.
They call it Chamber of Commerce weather.
Oh.
Yeah, I think that's what they call it. I've always heard that. I want to say, too, I'm making a mental note, and I'm saying it out loud so I remember. The 5 o'clock hour, powered by Achieva Credit Union and Fran Hosh Law Group. I figure it costs them nothing for me to mention two of our nearest and dearest sponsors who help us do all kinds of charity events. So why not in the 5 o'clock hour when people are driving home, remind them this show is powered by Achieva Credit Union and the Fran Hosh Law Group, among others. 800-771-1025. The biggest news story of the day, not the reaction to the president's rah-rah moment last night. I will just say this. I don't want this to get political. Everybody believes whatever they believe, and this is a show that deliberately stays away from divisive politics. But just to show you, like, where we are politically right now, I knew I had to watch the State of the Union because we're not required to as broadcasters, but if you don't, you're probably negligent. I just
because
thought
a good portion of the world's going to be talking about it.
Correct. And I wish you could edit it without the moments of stand aside and let everybody applaud. I could do without that. The booing, the cheering, the USA chants. We know a country, and we all love it. Thank you. But anyway, to get as apolitical as possible about the whole thing, if that's possible, I found it very interesting that in the pre-gaming for it, I believe it was on Fox News, which used to be very Trump-friendly. In fact, extremely Trump-friendly. Yeah. They were saying when they're all giving their predictions on what the president is going to say, they're like, how will the president react to grocery prices being higher than ever? How will the president address so many people struggling to make a living? How will all these
Fox
issues?
News. Wow.
Yeah, on Fox News. So I was like, these are very good questions because I'm malleable like every other viewer. I was like, wow, these television people, they've got a point. I wonder how he'll address that. And within seconds, Trump is spiking the football, going USA, USA. Everything's so great. It's like Lego movie. Everything is awesome. And I'm like, well, I don't think he's going to address those. I don't think he's going to address those issues at all now. So that just tells you where we are when there are people in our country who certainly are struggling, and there are people in our country who are cooking up the red meat, medium rare or lighter, that the president is throwing out there, saying, yeah, things are awesome right now. Look at our crime rate is down. Look at our borders; they're tight. Believe whatever the hell you want. If you want, however makes you feel great about last night and America in general, I say go for it. But it was just a very interesting viewing experience to go from Fox News saying that to Donald Trump saying that. And I'm like, where is the truth? Like, where really are we? I think
you find it at the end of the grocery counter when they're tallying up your.
I think the stat that they gave, I wanted to jot it down. I almost would bet money on. They said it costs the average American family $1,000 a month for groceries right now.
I pay that. I paid that and then some. I absolutely. But there's two. I have a 4-year-old and I have a 16-year-old.
Oof.
So I mean, you know how much a 16-year-old.
I do.
Yeah.
And 16-year-olds. That is an age where all I want to do at 16 was eat. I know that. And your metabolism is so fast, you can literally eat 12 times a day and then still go.
Not wrong.
Dad, there's nothing in the fridge. Pick up wings on your way home.
Dude, I will see him sit. He sat down the other day with a Chipotle bowl, and I mean, I don't even know how he got the top on, and I'm like, there's no way he's going to be able to eat all of that. I go out on the back patio, and then I come back 10 minutes later, the entire thing is gone, and he's looking in the cupboard. I'm like, dude,
you ate a mound.
Save me some food, bro.
I remember those days all too well, and I remember being 16.
Yeah.
And then remember moving out on your own for the first time. I know on Wednesday nights, which is today, Hungry Howie's had the 3-cheeser pan pleaser for $3.99.
Yeah.
You could get a large cheese pizza for $3.99. Throw in an extra 99 cents for a Pepsi 2-liter on the way out. I would eat that whole damn thing, Mo.
Well, that was the thing at that age, and at 16 and in your early 20s and whatever, you could eat like that and it not affect you.
Correct.
And who wouldn't?
And you know what? The Noid from Domino's breathed on me on the way up here, and I gained 50 pounds. All right, so the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, finally, I'll get to this story, announced a hefty list of 17 nominees for this year's Rock and Roll Hall of Fame induction ceremony. Now, If you'd like to call us and complain that it's not even the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame anymore, cool. There are so many things worth worrying about in this world that really getting hung up on rap acts in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. Why be a gatekeeper like that unless you work there? Why gatekeep rap out of there? But if you want to call us and tell us why that bothers you, awesome. We'll take that call all day long. But just accept the fact that this year, one of the greatest, most innovative, most authentic, unlikely hip-hop acts of all time. I'm talking about the 36 Chambers. I'm talking about Shaolin Temple. I'm talking about not just RZA and Jizza, but the old dirty Bizza. I'm talking Meth. I'm talking Ray. I'm talking Ghost. I'm talking Power, who just passed away yesterday. Rest in power, Power.
Really? Yes.
Yeah, Power.
So close.
I know. I hope he got the heads up. He wasn't a member of the rap group. He was the driving force behind the business end of Wu-Tang Clan, helped them become Wu-Tang Clan, but wasn't a rapper. Capadonna, another one. So many Wu-Tang members, the disciples, if you will, of the Shaolin Temple, they have received a nomination into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. Enter the 36 Chambers is a must-have on every rap fan's list.
I think their first ballot entry.
Got to be.
Yeah.
Got to be. When you talk about cultural significance,
right.
impact, grimy, gritty authenticity, ain't nobody can tell me, no matter what you think about the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame moniker, I challenge you to call and step to me, but you best protect your neck. 800-771-1025. Tell me Wu-Tang doesn't belong in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame.
In hip-hop, there's a plethora of acts, artists, bands, and whatever in hip-hop. There was only one Wu-Tang. The only other really artist in hip-hop I could say there was really only one of them I would say would be De La Soul. There was only one De La Soul.
You're right about
that. There was only one Wu-Tang.
Yeah.
You know, they carved out a piece of territory that was solely their own.
They took the borough of Staten Island where hip-hop, there have been hip-hop acts from Staten Island before that, but nobody, and I mean nobody
right.
pushed Shaolin, Staten Island right into the middle of the consciousness of the hip-hop world. They did something that nobody else did. And RZA was such a business mastermind, and still is, that he allowed all of the members to sign their own record contracts with other labels. He had no desire to control them. He wanted to explore their creative freedom because he knew they were all going to reassemble like Voltron, like he likes to say, bong bong. They were going to reassemble like Voltron and become to be the Wu-Tang Clan, and they did. And to wrangle all of those personalities. Did you watch the docudrama series on them? It was on Showtime. They didn't play themselves. They had actors play young versions of them.
No, I didn't see that. I did not.
I think you'd really like it.
I will.
It tells it, and I you don't even have to be into rap music to appreciate the personal drama of how they came to be, because it's Ghostface Killah has two younger brothers with muscular dystrophy. So he had to care for them like pretty much himself. He had an absentee father, and his mom worked all the time, so he had to watch them. And then Raekwon hated the crew that Ghost was in and hated Ghost. He tried to kill him in a drive-by. They dramatized the whole thing. Like,
I do have to watch
Shot
this.
up the house with the kids in there before they became Wu-Tang Clan, and then RZA had to get all these guys together.
I do have to.
Surprise, Method Man was a drug dealer.
By the way, you did remind me of a third Beastie Boys also carved out. Nobody liked
I didn't want to say that because you know how I feel about them.
Yeah, but no, yeah.
But you're absolutely right. 800-771-1025. In excess, first ballot or no?
I'm going to say this. I believe that they should be a first ballot. I believe in Michael Hutchins. We have one of the most enigmatic frontmen ever. And I'm going to also say this, and this may be controversial because I know where everybody's going to want to go. But name me a bigger band out of Australia.
Men at Work.
Come on, man. Get out of here. At least say AC/DC, which I still would argue they were not as big and worldwide as In Excess was. I mean, they have the benefit of longevity because they're still around, but
In Excess is the Australian import. Foster's
I would
beer,
argue
In Excess.
In Excess.
That Jocko dude who did the Energizer commercials back in the day. You remember Jocko? He's like, all right.
Vaguely.
That's an 80s memory for you.
Yeah.
Qantas Airlines.
Qantas Airlines.
Olivia Newton-John. Koala bears, kangaroos, dingoes ate in your baby.
Corey looked like he was going to disagree with NXS being bigger than
AC/DC.
Oh, jeez.
I don't know. I think AC/DC is bigger in my world than NXS.
He's right.
And I would say only because AC/DC made another resurgence with Marvel and Iron Man. Now you cannot associate Tony Stark without thinking of AC/DC.
Okay, let me give you a counter point.
Okay.
I would say to
Corey's
you,
right.
there are more rock fans that or that know AC/DC because they're rock, but they're also pop. AC/DC, NXS crossed over into areas where people weren't even like knowing that music. Like black people know NXS songs.
Black people know AC/DC. Come on. Mo, you spend time where I spend time. You kick it in the hood. You tell those homies of mine that NXS is bigger than AC/DC. They'll clown your
I'll
ass,
say
white boy.
they may know the songs, but if you ask them who did that, they would be, no.
You don't think most? All right, Back in Black. Come on, they're going to know that.
But they're going to know the song.
Yeah,
not all, but they'll know the song. They would not know that it was AC/DC.
I'm not so sure you're right on that. Well, you ask them to name an NXS song. Right. What kind of results you think?
Come on, man.
Yo, I need you tonight, dog.
Need you tonight. There you go.
All right, let's take some calls. 800-771-1025. Look, I'm an unabashed NXS fan. I think Michael Hutchence was the greatest frontman ever in music history.
First ballot.
AC/DC is 100 times bigger than NXS ever. I hate to say it because I love NXS more. AC/DC definitely a bigger band.
I'm gonna check the charts.
You're not gonna like what you see.
Who sold more records?
Oh, you're not gonna like what you see at all.
We're going to the numbers, Drew.
Okay. Hello, Terry. What's going on? Welcome to Drew Garabo Live. We're at Benchmark International Arena for tonight's Tampa Bay Lightning Toronto Maple Leafs game. The Bolts are back in town. What's up, buddy?
He hung up, by the way, just to give you a heads up.
Son of a gun.
I think our phones are on the fritz. I swear, I think they are.
They probably are. It happens. The stream's on the fritz. The phone's on the fritz. 800-771-1025 if they're working. And if they're not, we'll chat amongst ourselves about the other nominees, such as, I teased it before the break, and I must deliver. He's already in with the other band that ruined 80s radio for me, Genesis. Phil, the Troll Collins, who I might remind you divorced his most recent wife, I think the third most recent wife, over fax in the late 1980s. Not email, not text, not singing telegram. Phil Collins leaving you by fax.
We did everything by fax over in the 80s, Drew.
We did.
Yes, we did.
I think I sent maybe 3 faxes ever. And they were from a radio station because we needed to fax something over.
Collins was a busy man. He was doing concerts on 2 different continents in the same day. He ain't got time to call you and tell you it's over, baby.
Now here, it's undeniable that Phil Collins had an impact on music, and he will be a first ballot nominee, especially because he's in failing health, and they'll throw him the pity induction. That guy sucks, dude. One more night. Billy, don't you lose my number.
Okay, are you saying
Susudio?
First off, Susudio is a great song.
That's a terrible song.
Are you saying solo?
He's already in with Genesis.
Okay,
but he's up solo
But you don't think he sucked with Genesis?
I think the last Invisible Touch was awful. I think that was more of a Phil Collins solo joint.
I think that was the biggest album.
Garbage.
Come on. Tonight, Mama. Come on, man.
Tonight. Whoa. Gonna make things right. Tonight.
You're forgetting about the music.
Whoa. The music. It doesn't matter what the music is if your lyrics are tonight.
Throwing it all away? Oh, man, that brings a tear. She's throwing it all away.
I'm aware of how the song goes. It's always a shame, and that's all.
Well, that song sucks.
Yeah. See? Yeah. So Phil Collins will be.
He'll go in.
He will.
He'll go in.
Because mostly because he had a huge impact on music, and then his health is failing, so they'll feel bad.
But the fact that he's in with Genesis already, you could probably, put somebody else in first.
Here's an interesting question for you. Do the Black Crowes get in to the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame?
I don't think they're first ballot.
I don't think they are either. They're great. They got like 3 songs. They're great band, phenomenal band.
Fantastic band.
They got like 3 songs.
And they didn't impact rock more than they were impacted by acts that came before them.
Correct.
They had a very retro sound.
Yeah, they were the result of Southern rock. They didn't launch any new genre of music.
Having said that, few bands write a better song than She Talks to Angels.
Beautiful song.
Yeah.
Gorgeous song. Mm-hmm. Oh, my God. In fact, Eric will rejoin with She Talks to Angels because that is, boy, that's magnificent.
By the way, I can't get internet in here. I couldn't find AC/DC versus.
That's weird because my Wi-Fi, my Benchmark free Wi-Fi, provided to all guests of Benchmark International Arena free of charge, which Corey Cardinal has actually used to get us on the air today.
Let me see.
Seems to be firing on all cylinders over here, Maurice. Maybe you want to.
I'll reboot my phone during the break.
Okay, we'll wait. We were waiting for the up-to-the-minute numbers on the impact globally of the music of In Excess versus AC/DC. I'd like to hear those numbers. I'm really interested.
Mo's still on dial-up.
Yeah, man.
How about? There's no way this guy gets in, and I know people love him, and I don't hate him, but people love this dude. What's up, man? How about Jeff Buckley?
Oh, come on.
That's not a Rock and Roll Hall of Fame inductee.
Yeah, 100%.
Okay,
Jeff
good.
Buckley. Have you seen the documentary on Jeff Buckley?
I have not.
You need to, because then you will understand. He was a singular voice, and his debut, which was basically the only release he had while he was alive, he had a posthumous release, My Sweetheart the Drunk, I think. Grace. If you go back and you read the reviews of Grace, it was hailed as the best album that decade.
Huh.
He 6 to 7 octave voice, and was just phenomenal. Phenomenal,
but not a first ballot Rock and Roll Hall of Fame.
I would say he is so unique, and his story was so tragic that you're right. I think you're 100% absolutely right, but I think he is absolutely deserving the first time he gets nominated.
All right.
But it won't be. You're right. It won't happen.
Now, we're going to get into the nuts and bolts of this because there's some interesting names that you and I feel very strongly about. The reunited Brothers Gallagher, Oasis. Rock and Roll Hall of Fame or not?
Okay. You and I both.
We love this band.
We love this band. You gifted me the double live album for Christmas, which is on constant rotation at the Billington home. I love them. I think they're responsible for a genre, Britpop, but I don't think I don't think they love them enough. I don't think they make it.
Let me counter with this. You put on Champagne Supernova at any friggin' white people gathering?
Sure, yeah.
America loves that.
Yeah. No, I think when I say America, the people that are nominated, that are responsible for casting the ballots, I don't think they're going to give them their due. I hope I'm wrong, but I would doubt very seriously that they make it first ballot.
Well, I'm very excited, Maurice, because we will continue this discussion about the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame nominees, but we have our first guest, and it is a doozy. This young lady, we met her a few months ago when we broadcast here. She blew us away with her story.
Yes.
She not only has a keen sports broadcasting mind, there's a lot more to her than meets the eyes, ears, nose, and throat. You'll find out who it is and listen to an enjoyable segment on Drew Garabo live from the Benchmark International Arena, next on 102.5 The Bone.
You're listening to Drew Garabo live on 102.5 The Bone. Tell us what you think. Head to the 102.5 The Bone app now and leave us an open mic. The Open Mic on the free 102.5 The Bone app is sponsored by 1-800-ASK-GARY. Now, a Bone traffic update from the Farah and Farah Personal Injury Attorneys Traffic Center.
Pinellas has all the biggest problems, including one now along Philippi Parkway and Enterprise, or right northbound on East Lake after Keystones had the left lane blocked. That's causing major backups. We also have big delays from a crash along Almerton under US 19. There's an accident on Missouri south of Druid, as well as one northbound on Starkey, a little ways past Park Boulevard. This is Jim with traffic.
Furman Chevrolet in Brandon is Tampa Bay's #1 Chevy dealer. What makes us #1 at Furman Chevy Brandon we say yes. Yes to having Tampa Bay's largest new Chevy inventory. Yes to paying top dollar for your trade. Yes to transparent pricing with no dealer-installed options or inflated market adjustments you're forced to buy. Come see why we are number one. Visit us on Adamo Drive in Brandon or online at FurmanChevy.com. Furman Chevy Brandon. Together, let's drive.
Hey, it's Drew Garabo. As a longtime Spectrum internet and mobile customer, I can tell you, Spectrum is the real deal. My home gets fast, reliable, fiber-powered internet with all the speed I need for streaming, working, and everything else. And with Spectrum Mobile running on America's fastest 5G network, I can stay connected anywhere I go. Plus, getting internet and mobile together saves me big. Switch today and see what Spectrum can do for you. Go to Spectrum.com to learn more. Spectrum Internet is powered by fiber and delivered by HFC.
Tampa Bay, how confident are you in your home service company? If you hesitate, it's time to call Hawkins Service Company. For over 30 years, Hawkins has delivered trusted air conditioning, plumbing, electrical, and pool equipment services, all backed by industry-leading service guarantees and thousands of 5-star reviews. New customers get 10% off any service when you mention the bone. Book online at HawkinsServiceCo.com. Hawkins Service Company. One call handles it all. Your insurance agent should know more than just your name. After all, you're trusting them with what matters most: your family, your company, your wealth. That's why at Italiano Insurance, we're so proud of our local involvement. And with over 60 years of supporting local charities in Tampa Bay, we can truly say we know this community and its people. That's the Italiano Insurance way. Join us and become one of the familiar faces. Find us at ItalianoInsurance.com. That's ItalianoInsurance.com.
Mike Calta here for Shark Coast Tactile. Listen to me and mark your calendar now for Sunday, March 15th for Sharkapalooza, Second Amendment Festival and Range Day. It's a try before you buy, an all-you-can pew-pew experience featuring some of the biggest names in the game, like Genesis Arms, Sons of Liberty, Staccato, 6 Hour, Exigent Defense, Dead Air Silencers, and more. Limited tickets are still available online now at SharkCoastTactical.com. This event will sell out. Purchase your tickets now and join us at Guncraft Range in Ruskin, Florida for our full-scale Range Day. Test fire guns and suppressors from your favorite firearm brands in the industry.
Hey, Dad, why do people wait until it's hot out to call about their air conditioner?
Well, Badger Bob's has been doing this since 1982, son. That's just how it goes.
They should call Badger Bob's now to have it checked.
You heard Bob Jr. Now's the time to check your heating and cooling system. So Badger Bob's is offering up to $2,000 in cash incentives for early planners. Get your free estimate at BadgerBobs.com. Badger Bob's, a funny name, but we're serious about service. It's who we are.
License CAC 1815977, CFC 1428238, and EC 1300294.
When you enter a place of business, you're owed a legal duty that the place of business is safe for you to shop in. I'm John Morgan of Morgan & Morgan. If you suffered an injury at a place of business, our duty is to protect you after that harm. Morgan & Morgan, forthepeople.com.
Sound familiar? At Mattress Firm, we understand there are many problems that can keep you up at night, like snoring, aches and pains, or sleeping hot. Our sleep experts have the unrivaled know-how to match you with a mattress that can help. And now at Mattress Firm, upgrade to a Tempur-Pedic and learn how you can get 3% back plus an instant gift. For the great sleep you deserve, visit Mattress Firm. We make sleep easy. Restrictions apply. See store or website for details.
Transform your bathroom with the beautiful quality of Bath Planet. As a trusted leader in bathroom renovation, Bath Planet has earned the Good Housekeeping seal, a symbol of quality and consumer confidence for over 100 years. Get half off installation or 18 months with no interest and no payments. Whether it's tub replacement, a shower replacement, or a tub-to-shower conversion, Bath Planet makes your custom bath fast, easy, and affordable. This special offer is only available by calling 800-208-8750. That's 800-208-8750.
Paid for by Bath Concepts Industries.
Mike Calta here to tell you about my friends at Stingray Chevrolet in Plant City. Now is the time to get into Stingray Chevrolet and upgrade for less during their Stingray President's Day sale. To make room for new inventory, current models are on sale below market value, and they'll pay top dollar for your current vehicle. You can keep the cash, or you can use it to trade up and save even more. It's happening right now at Stingray Chevrolet. Visit StingrayChevrolet.com or get in the big store on I-4 Exit 22 Plant City. Stingray Chevrolet. Together, let's drive.
Stingray Chevrolet. Relax, enjoy the difference.
What if you could buy a flippable, two-sided mattress made with the finest materials that cost less than other luxury brands? This is Greg Trzynski of the Original Mattress Factory, and this is exactly what you'll find with our new Orthos line available exclusively at OMF. We build these by hand using premium materials like wool and cotton. It's old-world craftsmanship with modern comfort. Our most extraordinary sleep system. Built locally at a price other luxury brands just can't match. Visit the Original Mattress Factory and experience the Orthos line for yourself.
Your team is heating up the ice this season. You can catch thrilling hockey moments all season long on 102.5 The Bone. It's all brought to you by Central Florida Behavioral Health Network.
Attention, South Tampa. Bubble Down Car Wash, the bestest car wash in town, is coming to South Tampa on Dale Mabry. Join us this Saturday, the 28th, for our grand opening. And for the next 5 days, Bubble Down South Tampa is offering free car washes.
With other language learning apps, I was just playing games. I wasn't really learning. Babbel's different.
Babbel was designed by over 200 language learning experts to be the most effective way to learn another language.
Every time I open the app, I can choose to work on my writing, speaking, or listening. And it saves my mistakes for me to review, so I'm constantly improving. Before Babbel, I thought I just wasn't good with languages. But now I'm speaking French. Tout ça, c'est grâce à Babbel.
Save up to 50% on your Babbel subscription when you sign up at Babbel.com. Babbel.com.
Indeed presents hires you can't afford to get wrong, like an estate planner.
Per the contents of the will, all assets go to, what does that say? Ragu tataya yaminayat. Oh, I don't know. I was in a weird place when I wrote this.
This is your job for sponsored jobs. This is what happens when you don't sponsor your job on Indeed. Next time, get matched with quality candidates with Indeed sponsored jobs. Visit Indeed.com/hire now and sponsor your job today.
Monster Jam returns to Raymond James for 2 pulse-pounding, electrifying shows Saturday night, February 28th and Sunday afternoon, March 1st. Catch Gravedigger, El Toro Loco, Megalodon, Sparkle Smash, and your favorite monster trucks. Get your tickets now at Ticketmaster.com and experience Monster Jam.
Involved in a car accident? We understand the pressure you're under. Call Farah and Farah, Tampa.
Got a burned out light switch or broken outlet or breakers that keep flipping? Just call for a Bolt electrician online at boltelectric.com.
Now, a weather update from the Sun Toyota Weather Center.
Sun, Toyota.com.
I'm Fox 13 Chief Meteorologist Paul DeLegato. Cold air is about done. We'll go mostly clear tonight, lows in the mid-50s. Coming up on Thursday, a mix of sun and clouds, warmer and a bit more humid with highs running in the mid-70s. Showers arrive on Friday.
Now, back to Real Raw Radio. Sponsored by Anajar and Levine, accident attorneys. Call 1-800-747-FREE.
That's 1-800-747-3733.
Now, back to Drew Garabo Live.
We rejoin with Black Crowes She Talks to Angels. Probably because Black Crowes are a nominee for the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, just announced today. Also, I think our next guest might actually talk to angels, so that worked out very well. I had not planned that when I saw that JSB would be in the place to be. But let me introduce to you a presence making her return to Drew Garabo Live. She has traveled the globe. She reported on the Olympics. Wasn't her first one. I believe it was her fourth broadcasting. She provides an ebullient, effervescent, vibrant, informative presence as you are watching Tampa Bay Lightning games. The Chief! Sorry to interject that bit of immaturity as I greeted the Chief. She is Julie Stewart-Banks. Hey, JSB.
Drew,
What?
That was the kindest intro. Oh, my gosh. I'm talking to angels right now.
That's what definitely people would say that for sure. They would definitely
really
corroborate
kind.
that story. Hey, no problem. You're awesome. I told you right before we went on, not enough people in positions of the spotlight use their positions for the good reasons. You exude authenticity when you do it. And it's not that I don't see that when you're reporting on the game, because you do, but you're limited in what you can reveal about yourself. Just like hockey players, you don't make it about you make it about the game. So when you're doing that, we get a glimpse of what you're all about, but really behind the scenes. And I encourage everybody to follow JSB. It's with a hyphen. We'll spell it out for you later. If you need a little positivity in your life, yet at the same time, an openness about what you've been through and what got you to the point where you are right now. Is that fair to say?
Wow, true. Yes, that is, that's, first of all, thank you so much. The authenticity is something I feel very strongly about, and the positivity as well. I've always thought of as like, social media can be something that can really make you depressed and feel lesser than and feel like I'm not keeping up with other people, whereas all of us feel that way. So I was like, well, why don't I try to use my platform to use the lessons and the things I've been through, the ups and downs, the hurdles. Like, I've been through a lot of things. I'm like, why not use them to like at least help other people feel like they're not alone?
Boom.
Like, you know, I might put up a picture here and there of me wearing like a full Gucci outfit that I spent my life savings on when I was in Milan. But like, I'll also acknowledge that like, I also spent all my life savings on this outfit, and I get whatever, like I'm alright. And I made that decision. But like, yeah, but putting up stuff that's just like real. And a lot of my Instagram posts for the Olympics were like, hey, we're working the Olympics, but I always would say the phrase like, so you want to work the Olympics? And it's like us in the rain covering a camera. It's like 2:30 in the morning.
Yeah.
We have to email our bosses in Canada to see if we can expense an Uber home because there's no subways. But like, how else would we be able to get back? Like, you know, it's gritty, and the job looks glamorous, but it's gritty and it's real. And I obviously am not going to talk about that during the broadcast, and not like, yeah, thanks so much, Dave. Boy, like, you gotta let me tell you about my weekends. You know,
we'll be right back with bobsledding in a moment, but let me just unload travel for a moment.
Listen, you guys got to hear this story, okay? Man, but you know what's funny is when I was in Milan, this was so strange. People came up to me on the subway and would be like, this, I'll never forget this woman, this British woman was like, oh, are you Julie SB on Instagram? And I was like, yeah, what? Where? Why? What? She's like, oh, I like looking at your Instagram stories. And I was like, where am I? I was like,
you're
what?
Insta famous. That's where you are.
I was like, well, I'm obviously not on TV. So you're knowing me from Instagram, which is, I guess, cool in a way. But then people would come up, and me and my videographer, so I was working the Olympics. I was doing a lot of different updates. I did these hockey hot takes, a lot of different stuff there. And the videographer I worked with, it was his first Olympics. He's 27, young kid, just, you know, he's all fresh, ready to go, ready to rock.
You just hate it, don't you?
Yeah. I was like, you know what? I was like,
you'll lose that enthusiasm, young man.
I'm like, this is my fourth one. I was like, it takes the old gal a little longer to get out of bed in the morning. I was like, it's a little rough. And so but we used to do these things after we would do this Olympic update. I just started it one night. I was like, let's do our nightly update. Like, what's our update? And it just was then the most random thing. I'd be like, Chris, what's our nightly update? And he'd be like, the Duomo is still, or whatever. I'd be like, yeah, the Duomo is still here. This is the update. The Duomo, the Milan's cathedral ain't going anywhere. And that would be it, right? Like, and someone came up to me at morning skate today and was like, love the nightly updates with you and that kid that you're working with. I'm like, what? And then people on the subway, again, this girl who is a Tampa Bay Lightning fan but lives in Scottsdale. She's like, love the nightly updates. I'm like, we're working for the host broadcaster at the Olympics, and I'm just messing around, talking about whatever it is, and people like that more because it's
people crave authenticity. JSB, that's what there's so much fake BS in the world, and they can sense it, that when someone is their authentic self and just goofing around and doing whatever, that's what people want in their entertainment. I believe. The last time you were on, we talked about what brought you to the Tampa Bay Lightning and how Gabby Shirley's irresponsible pregnancy, from an employment perspective,
how dare she?
who
does she think
sideline her. How dare she chase the contentment and fulfillment from a family perspective? How selfish. But, she disappears from Lightning TV. They need someone to fill those very gorgeous shoes. I'm sure she would have spent a pretty fortune at the Gucci store as well. And you just, boom, hit the ground running, and you've been doing it for a couple months now. It worked out perfectly with the timing because Lightning are on a break. You get to go cover the Olympics because a couple of the players are playing over there. We were talking earlier about the competitive spirit between teammates like Brandon Hagel and Jake Gensel. Any chance whatsoever that there's a little chirping from Gensel's behalf about the gold medal game? Or is that something that you think these guys would call off limits? Like, no way do they chirp about that, because it's still, those wounds are probably still kind of fresh for Hagel.
I think that I think there has to be chirping. There's got to be something going on. There's things that happen during the Olympics, or if someone made a bad play, or they're this or that, or like that they're close enough in that room that they will, I think, dish it back and forth. I still think it might be too soon for Hagel and Gensel and that kind of, and obviously that one went to overtime, and that only happened like a day ago.
Yeah.
In Milan. Like,
wow.
That's
I know.
Like, that's how soon it was. So I think that's going to take a bit of time, but like it's been very surreal when even at morning skate today talking about the Olympics while we're here in Tampa, and I was like, I don't know, like the players it's got to be an out of body experience for them, because it's certainly out of body experience for me. I'm seeing Chris Cuthbert, who called the gold medal game for CBC, here for Sportsnet tonight on the feed, and I'm like, this guy was just over there calling the biggest game of his life, and now he's obviously calling a very big game here in Tampa against the Leafs. But it's like this whole it's
disorienting. It has to be
very disorienting. And I think that, like, while I was there, I was so excited for all the Tampa guys. I went up to JJ today. I was like, oh my God, like, how was it? Like, you played in the Olympics, and you're from Switzerland, and all your family and friends were there. And he was like it was amazing. Like, it's just, I always want, and this is where I get like a bit more deeper, is like we look so much at the podium and who wins the medals, but it's like, my gosh, to be able to go to the Olympics,
represent your country,
to get there is like the hardest thing in the entire universe. It is so hard to qualify for the Olympics, and then as soon as game starts, we're like, all right, how many golds do we got? How many? If you don't make the podium, you are done.
Trash. Yeah.
And so I got like emo at the end of it, because I was like, man, I feel bad that we don't cover them enough. People that whatever, teams or players or whoever, that, and especially ones that train for 4 years and they don't have a team to go back to right now. Like, don't even get me started.
Oh no, Julie's gonna cry.
You want authenticity? I'll sit here and I'll give you.
The price tag of our authenticity was her sobbing during the entire segment. Damn it, we really screwed the pooch on that one.
And the whole just the magnitude. You go and we'd watch figure skating. You'd see a person would fall and the whole crowd would clap for them to, like, because they get back up, and you're like, my gosh, the human spirit.
Yeah.
Like, people care about each other. It's like, oh my God, this is it was a really nice games in that regard. Like, everyone just, like, seeing fans going to the games, like, whether even going Team USA, Team Canada for the last one, it was like people were ribbing each other, but then they'd be like, oh, ha, 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 like, good luck and good luck to you. And after the women's game, a whole bunch of the USA fans were going over to Canada fans being like, hey, well, you guys played really well, too.
Nice,
and I was like,
Love
whoa, what?
Yeah.
I'm like, okay.
Oh, that's awesome to hear. Was there a feeling the whole time you were over there that it was just destiny that the U.S. and Canada were going to meet in the gold medal men's game? Like, that's the way we all felt watching. We watched them go through the prelims. There were a couple of games that closed, could have gone either way, but it really felt like destined that the world was going to watch the birthplace of Canada versus the country that stole it from them,
I mean, Drew, we didn't wait 12 years to not have Canada, USA, all right? We didn't go through testing out the ice to make sure it was not going to be Canada, USA. It was always going to be Canada, USA.
Yeah.
I do believe they were the two best teams, especially at the end. There were some times where it didn't look like it was going to be that way. When Canada was playing Czechia, a couple of us were like, you know what? What if it ends now?
Yeah,
we just especially for a lot of the guys there, I had to stay throughout the whole thing because I was doing all the other sports as well, because I somehow managed to just have a whole bunch of make work projects while I was there.
Good.
Which were great.
Yeah.
And but it was like they would just have to go. Like, everyone would just leave, and then it would just be, listen, they're the two. We got the two best. They got there on their own accord, but it could have very much been the other way.
Easily.
We had this discussion, and I'd be curious as to what your thought process on it is. When a player says the better team didn't win, how do you process that?
I'm glad you asked that. Nathan McKinnon implied, you guys saw tell me who the better team was out there on the ice. Can the better team ever lose a game? we had this discussion for like an hour.
Yeah.
Like, if you are technically the better team that day, you find a way to win. Am I right? Like, the better team, the quote unquote better team, wins the game. Yes, no, maybe.
I think the better team wins. I think that you can say which team maybe dominated longer aspects of the game.
Yep.
But did that team had many opportunities
5-on-3
to win it in regulation, and they didn't.
Nope.
And I was going back through some of these hockey hot takes I did with the analysts, and it would be like, well, Macklin Celebrini's their key. Kid has so many opportunities, doesn't put it in, right?
Nope.
Their power play is what's elite. The 5-on-3. I knew as soon as they couldn't score on the 5-on-3, I was like,
Game over.
that's
Over. Game over.
You know, in those big games, if they don't do it at that point, you're like, that's going to come back and bite you. And so I understand in that moment Nathan McKinnon's, frustration, especially him missing. Oh my gosh, there's just so many opportunities, and you'd say, well, we played better, but you didn't play the best.
You were the second best of the two teams on the ice.
Yeah, like the better team won because the better team put the puck in the net more times.
And maybe we had the better goalie on that day. And Hellebuck, I mean, that dude put on a performance that Cooper has a presence when it comes to goalies. You know what I mean? Like although this one worked out for him the other way around.
Big game Bennington. Holy cow.
I mean, what a beautiful game to decide the gold medal. And Coach Cooper had some comments afterwards about the 3-on-3 overtime, saying it's made for TV hockey or whatever. I'm a new hockey fan, so I'm not a purist. I don't have any awareness of the traditions, let alone reverence for them. I love 3-on-3 overtime hockey. I don't think there's any sport that has a more exciting overtime. And I could tell by the way you're looking at me, Miss Canadian, that I'm stepping on the sacred territory here, and that your hockey hot take is you hate 3-on-3 overtime hockey, don't you? I can tell.
I'd say, okay, first of all, for Coop's comments, Deandra Liu was very great.
Love her.
She went through the whole transcript of everything that he'd said, and it was way more nuanced. There's so much more he goes into, but the fact is, like, even before the game, many insiders, NHL people, all this stuff, don't really look at a 3-on-3 in a game that decides a gold medal, because it is very interesting. And it is, I will agree, it does help keep that game in the TV world, so that I was at here's a story that, hey Dave, thanks so much guys. I was once on a date for game 1 of the Stanley Cup playoffs when Bruins were taking on Chicago, and it went to 3 overtimes. And it was like the worst date of my life because I wanted that date to end, and it only ended when that game ended. And it was like, gosh, they had stopped serving at the bar. We're just trying. That's the hard part.
Yeah.
Once it gets to so many overtimes, you're just sitting there, and everyone's like, can someone just end this thing right now so we can all go home? Because we know, at least like in the playoffs, like you got to play again or something like this. And so I understand that for TV windows and all that kind of stuff, but it feels frenetic. It doesn't feel like the game we just saw. It's just the words I want to use, I can't use on radio. It's just all over the place, I'd say.
Yeah, to make an analogy, and I didn't even think about this till I hear the words coming out of your mouth. It'd be like in basketball, just all of a sudden going to 3-on-3 half court to decide an overtime, which it'd be exciting, but like it's not the spirit of the game. And when so much is at stake, when the consequences are immense like that, I think you kind of have to deal with the fact that it might go to 5 overtimes, because those two teams are so evenly matched that we might be sitting there for 5-6 overtimes going, end this thing. There's some lady on a first date with some loser. Please, she can't even drink
think about the people. All right? Like, no, it's not just about
humanity.
The hockey players. But the Olympics is, they have the closing ceremony ceremonies that day, and everything's all planned out, and boom, boom, and you got to get in and out, and then.
What time was it over there when the game aired live? Because I got to tell you, 8 o'clock Sunday morning hockey or Saturday morning hockey, a little cup of coffee, a little rolled oats with some berries. That was an interesting experience. Not what I'm accustomed to.
I can only imagine. It was like 4:10 p.m. there.
Yeah.
And most of our games were at 9 p.m. at night when we were there.
Oh,
which
yikes.
That extra 2 hours really is a dagger.
Yeah.
And then bunch of people here were like, I saw you tweeting or putting up Instagram videos at like 4:30 Eastern. They're like, get to bed. Like what? Like, or no, 4:30
a.m.
4:30 a.m. Milan time, which would be like whatever 10:30 here. They're like, what are you doing up? I'm like, it's because we've been up like we're all over. After a hockey game, I'm not just going to go right to bed.
No.
You're doing reports and all stuff. So you're all over the place. But I would say one interesting nuance was, which I still haven't found. I would like to do part one of a one-part investigation into the guy who who says, usually we hear 1 minute left in the period.
Yep.
They would say 2 minutes left. But then sometimes said 1 minute left. And I was like, first I thought, when I heard it in the women's gold medal game, I was like, oh, maybe it's a gold medal game thing. They just do 1 minute left.
Right.
And then I was like, no, they said 2 minutes left in the men's gold medal game. So there were a couple weird things that happened over there. And by a couple, I mean a lot of weird things that happened over there that were just so great to be able to capture. I didn't put that one out because I was like, maybe someone else has figured out the answer to this. And they'll be like, Joy,
oh, dumbass.
you didn't read
Wait
this.
till your research, stupid. No one would do that. Julie, we live in a world where people want to uplift each other via social media
my
comments.
God.
I don't know what kind of social media presence you have. Comment sections are awesome.
I'm like never tweeting again because every tweet I put out like one tweet would be like blows up.
Oh, yeah.
The universe, no one gets it. The context, everything. I put out another tweet. Boom! Something else happens. I was like, you know what? I'm throwing grenades out here by just being like, it's the Olympics today. People be like, no. And I'm not going to say what I was going to say.
Oh, look at you censoring yourself. Whoa.
Yeah, I know. I don't know. Is everything okay? I can't hear myself right now.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
You're
fine.
good.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you're
Can
good.
you jack her up a little bit in the
Can
headphones?
you jack me up? I think I'm cut off, but like whatever. Yeah.
Julie Stewart-Biggs is in with us. She's covering tonight's Maple Leafs Lightning game. Before we move on to that, what's the best thing that you ate while you traveled abroad? Because, Italy, you're thinking pizza, you're thinking pastas, you're thinking fresh fruits and vegetables, cuts of meat, Iberio pork, whatever the hell. What'd you have? What was the best thing you ate?
The first two things are the only things I ate the entire time. Pasta and pizza. Every single meal. Actually,
Wow.
I used to just eat Nutella. I would just get a croissant and I would dip that croissant in Nutella. And that's what I would do. Actually, Nutella was the best thing I ate in all of Italy. And
Really? It's different Nutella over there?
Also pistachio. Pistachio in a croissant is so underrated. That's my favorite.
Wow.
Sexy.
It's amazing.
Yeah, love it. All right, let's get to tonight's game. And I just realized we've been talking so long that Steve is angrily pacing and wondering why the hell we're keeping you. So let's get to tonight's matchup on the ice. You can't hear anything in your headphones?
No, I can hear you when I take the headphones off.
Oh, well, here, put those on. Those will be better for you. So tonight we've got the Maple Leafs on our ice where they always seem to play well. Flip those around. There you go. Where they always seem to play really well against these Tampa Bay Lightning. Lightning red hot before the break. Had a little break. I know Jake's probably going to be a little exhausted. I know Austin Matthews, who attended the State of the Union and partied his ass off down in Miami, will also be tired.
He didn't attend the State of the Union.
Oh, Austin didn't?
He went to the White House and then came.
Oh.
So, because I don't think a lot of people would be opting to sit through, it's like a graduation speech or something.
Yes,
that,
with way more
I got you,
applause. And, that was a lot of cheering, a lot of USA.
Yeah.
So what can we expect tonight with the Maple Leafs taking on our Tampa Bay Lightning, Julie?
I think it's going to be absolutely insane. I don't know what to expect, although I know that assistant coach Rob Zettler, of course, who's in for John Cooper, and we send our condolences to John.
Yes.
And his whole family for the loss of his father. And so Rob talked about, he thinks that the Olympians coming back are going to be really just firing on all cylinders, right? Like, they have been playing the highest level of hockey, and they've been and
It's going to carry over.
Yeah, and they're going to come out real hot. I think there's going to be a really good advantage for them in that regard.
Okay.
And I thought about that, and I was like, yeah, you're right.
That's
Because
a good point.
they've been running. They're horses that are ready to keep running.
Yeah.
Whereas might be a little bit different for some of the guys that haven't been playing at that pace, perhaps.
Yeah.
But also they've been playing on a smaller ice surface in Italy, and the fact that the jet lag. I mean, I've been all over the place with. I'm ready. I'm ready to go to bed 5 hours ago. It's just I gotta do a game now, And I'm not doing a game tonight, thankfully. But because that would be Not a good idea. For scripts.
You don't want you in front of a live TV camera tonight? That's a liability.
I'd be giving my nightly update on the 12. That's for sure.
Cut Julie.
No, but the audience likes it, the authenticity, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Okay,
Look, I'm a fan.
Yeah, but I do like these teams playing together. First of all, it's really difficult for my undiagnosed dyslexia watching the Leafs play the Lightning because I have to be like, okay, which team's in blue and which team's in white?
That is tough.
And I will say this, now I can say this because he's no longer head coach of the Leafs, but Sheldon Keefe did tell me that when they were playing each other in the 2022 Stanley Cup playoffs. I said, Sheldon, I just got to ask you. My mom's like, I can't tell. Is it Tampa? Is it Toronto? I was like, do you have the same thing? And he was like, it is so difficult when we look at film. He's like, I can't remember. Were we home or were we away then? The Leafs looked at me like, don't you report that? I was like, I'm not going to say that.
I'll never tell anyone.
I was like, it's like NHL coaches, they're just like us. We're like, oh, wait a second, which, for just because the colors are quite similar. But I mean, who knows? Austin Matthews might be writing. Everyone's been defending him on Team USA, being like, don't be so mean to him anymore, Toronto, which I think is kind of lame, really.
Me too. Stud.
Yeah. Like, to be cool, you don't have people say, don't be mean to him.
Right.
Just let it roll off your back. Just don't talk about it.
Correct.
First rule of Fight Club, don't talk about Fight Club.
That is the first rule. You just broke it, by the way.
Yeah,
You just talked about Fight Club.
I just discussed everything about it.
Big trouble.
I think the team, I know Eric Chernak said it today, they want to play for Coop, of course.
Yeah.
And I think that these guys, I think he's going to be flying out there.
All right. There's your parlay, Mo. I think if you really decipher it, I would never ask her to make a specific parlay. It probably violates some sort of principles and ethics, but screw those.
Thank you for protecting me.
Of course, that's what I'm here to do, Julie, but not him. So if you build the parlay out of what she just said, she's expecting a Lightning win.
Okay.
She's expecting the Olympians to continue the momentum. So you got Matthews for Toronto, maybe go him over a point or even scoring a goal. Jake Gensel, his over-under is 1.5 points tonight. So if you take the over, that's 1.5 points. That's a goal and an assist. 1.5.
Are you
Very
willing
high.
to bankroll my Hard Rock bet using
She just spent her life savings on a Gucci outfit in Milan.
I'm a treat yourself type of girl. So
there you go.
Yeah.
What are we
Treat
here
yourself,
for?
Drew.
What are we here for if not to treat yourself?
Yeah. So, I mean, I don't know. I do think that this is a bit of a risky one, though, because I just think anything could happen in a game like this.
Unpredictable game. First game back. You don't know what's going to happen.
But I'm only picking Olympians to do things. Why? Because they're Olympians, and it's very difficult to make the Olympics.
It is. Okay. Don't get emotional. Jesus, oh, man. We got back to here. I was trying to stay away from this sobbing wreck.
Oh, no. Trust me. Everything comes back to the Olympics.
Follow her on Instagram. It's what's your IG?
It's complicated, but IG is Julie SB _.
Yep.
And then my Twitter is different, but the Instagram is where I'm really.
That's where you get to be real.
Where you shine.
Yeah.
But then the hard part now is when you're like, oh, I'm watching it, and then people are like, I'm watching. I'm like, oh my gosh, the stuff I'm putting out there, it's not really like I don't think about people that could be watching it.
Right. Here's social media for you. Here, I try so hard to advocate for the Down syndrome community. I advocate for cat adoption. I pour my heart into all these causes that I believe in. Minimal traction. I microwave fish at work. 7 million views. 7 million views.
Well,
on my. I take it you're anti-microwaving fish at work.
Isn't everybody?
I have to live with that.
Isn't
yes,
that
it's
just
horrible?
Isn't that just
Steve
like
Versnick is right.
That,
Look at the time. Wow, gosh, really enjoyed spending time with you, JSB.
Man, but you got the engagement. You got the 7 million views. Maybe I'll try microwaving fish at work. I think you've got a good idea there, right?
All right, thanks.
You want to blow up your Instagram? Microwave fish at work.
That's all it takes. You'll fall into an algorithm, and people will think you're a horrible person. 7 million people I'll never know think I'm the worst person in the world, and I'm not sure they're wrong. Check her out on Instagram. Check her out on TV. You're an amazing person and a great professional broadcaster. Of course I am. And we'll be right back with more as we are at the Benchmark International Arena for tonight's Toronto Maple Leafs Tampa Bay Lightning game right here on 102.5 The Bone.
You're listening to Drew Garabo live on 102.5 The Bone. John Sinning and Drew Garabo are live at the Valspar Championship, presented by Neutral, which means time to ditch work. Join the Bone Thursday, live at the Dex Deck on the 11th green. Play hooky, watch some golf. Quiet! Oh. Come get rowdy with the boys. Limited tickets are available to see the action from the 11th green and 12th tee box. We have a full-service premium bar, and we'll be making custom hats with our hat press pop-up that you can only get at our broadcast. I mean, come on. Sound better than your job? Yeah, no shit. It is. Listen to the phone all week to win tickets, or head to thephoneonline.com now to buy your tickets today. Then join us Thursday, March 19th at the Valspar. Come hang with John, Drew, and 102.5 The Bone. Real Raw Radio. Now, a Bone traffic update from the Farah and Farah Personal Injury Attorneys Traffic Center.
Heavy volume continues along the interstates and major roadways on both sides of the bay, but the biggest problems are in Pinellas. The left lane's been blocked from a crash eastbound on Keystone approaching Eastlake. Further south, the southbound frontage road beside US 19 has had the left lane blocked from a wreck at Almerton, and expect backups from a bad accident in St. Pete westbound on 22nd Avenue North just past 34th Street. This is Jim with traffic.
If you're in a slip and fall accident, time is not on your side. Stores have video footage that's crucial evidence in your case. You've got to act quickly. Call Farah and Farah so we can preserve it before it disappears. Tampa.
It's time for a clean slate at Crown Honda. We're clearing the lot of all past year's Honda models. Like a new Honda Civic LX, just $219 a month. Or a new Honda Accord LX, only $209 a month. But hurry, the clean slate sale runs this month only. Online at crownhonda.com. The better way to buy and service.
Call 800-722-6439 for complete details.
Turn up the temperature tonight at the Gold Club, where Tampa Bay comes to play. The hottest lineup, the boldest atmosphere, with more VIP rooms, more stages, and more champagne rooms than any other club. Experience it for yourself at the Gold Club, 6222 East Adamo Drive.
Elevate your sleep experience with an adjustable bed and make everyday activities like reading, watching TV, and working in bed more comfortable. At the Original Mattress Factory, we know not all adjustable beds are created equal. You want one that has the features you actually need, like anti-snore and zero-gravity positions. We offer high-quality adjustable bases paired with a hand-built mattress, all at a factory direct value. And we have product in stock and ready when you are. Visit an OMF location to elevate your sleep experience today.
What do you carry in your heart? Your hopes, your dreams, the ones you love. For everything your heart holds, Advent Health's cardiovascular experts are here to map and repair it, strengthen and heal it, to carry you further than you ever expected, to help you feel whole. Visit FloridaHeartExperts.com.
Furman Chevrolet in Brandon is Tampa Bay's #1 Chevy dealer. What makes us #1 at Furman Chevy Brandon? We say yes. Yes to having Tampa Bay's largest new Chevy inventory. Yes to paying top dollar for your trade. Yes to transparent pricing with no dealer-installed options or inflated market adjustments you're forced to buy. Come see why we are #1. Visit us on Adamo Drive in Brandon or online at FurmanChevy.com. Furman Chevy Brandon. Together, let's drive.
Tomorrow is opening day at the Florida Strawberry Festival with Jimmy Sturr and his orchestra free at 10:30. The Oak Ridge Boys at 3:30. And Alabama at 7:30 on the Wish Farm Soundstage.
You got it! Like Grandma and Grandpa used to play.
Also, it's Florida Blue Seniors Day. Senior 60 and over, gate admission only $10. It's Lazy Days RV Ride-a-thon Day, Thursday, only $20. Ride all day with a wristband when you visit Lazy Days RV at the festival. Plus, get a voucher for a free Polar Pop at Circle K with each Midway wristband purchase. Hundreds of exhibits, arts and crafts, free entertainment, awesome food, and our delicious strawberry shortcake. Get details and tickets today at flstrawberryfestival.com or visit a participating public supermarket for discount admission tickets. The 2026 Florida Strawberry Festival. Still growing
At IDC, we honor the legacy of the one and only Keith LeClaire.
We refuse to be beat on any diamond, any price, anywhere. You cannot get any closer to the source than International Diamond Center.
His competitive spirit, his leadership, his passion for quality.
The finest quality at the best price, guaranteed. Anybody that sees it on her hand, they're going to be on, where'd you get that diamond?
And who can forget Keith's fun side?
If you don't come to IDC, you are nuts. You're going to get a bigger, better diamond for less at IDC, period.
As we mourn his passing, Keith LeClaire's spirit will always be alive and well at IDC. And his other family members carry on his legacy. His voice, his teachings, his vision will continue to guide us into the future. And the core values of IDC will never change.
I want you to be protected. I want you to make sure you're getting what you paid for. It's a commitment from our family. It's our blood. It's our heart behind it. It's our trust. It's our integrity.
International Diamond Center, Tampa, Clearwater, Lakeland, and Sarasota. Online at shopidc.com.
Why choose a Sleep Number smart bed?
Can I make my site softer?
Can I make my site firmer?
Can we sleep cooler?
Sleep Number does that. Cools up to 8 times faster and lets you choose your ideal comfort on either side. Your Sleep Number setting. Enjoy personalized comfort for better sleep night after night. And now, during our President's Day sale, take 50% off our limited edition bed, plus an extra $100 off all mattresses. And Saturday. Only at a Sleep Number store or sleepnumber.com.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
Welcome to A to Z Savings, our biggest sale of the year.
Happy to be here. Can I get some rotors?
Would you like brake pads with that?
How much are the brake pads?
Free with Duralast rotors.
Free. Really?
Really? Free.
I also need some oil.
Would you like an oil filter with that?
Yeah. How much is that?
Free with the oil.
Free. Really?
Really. Free. It's part of A to Z Savings with hundreds of deals.
From A to free.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
Ends March 9th. Restrictions apply.
Mike Calta here to tell you about my friends at Stingray Chevrolet in Plant City. Now is the time to get into Stingray Chevrolet and upgrade for less during their Stingray President's Day sale. To make room for new inventory, current models are on sale below market value, and they'll pay top dollar for your current vehicle. You can keep the cash, or you can use it to trade up and save even more. It's happening right now at Stingray Chevrolet. Visit stingraychevrolet.com or get in the big store on I-4 exit 22 Plant City. Stingray Chevrolet. Together, let's drive.
Stingray Chevrolet. Relax, enjoy the difference.
Is your garage door too loud and whining for help? If you've waited to schedule your garage door tune-up, now is the time. Overhead Door Company of Tampa Bay will perform their 26-task garage door tune-up and safety inspection for just $79. That's one price for up to 3 garage doors and openers. The price is only available for a limited time. You need this done, so why not now? And for just $79. Call 813-885-DOOR or schedule online at overheaddooroptampa.com.
Hi, I'm Ray from Sun Toyota of Newport Richey. This February, the key to your heart unlocks a brand new Toyota and savings on everything under the sun. Everything. Drive a new Tacoma for $289 per month with 4-year maintenance included. Because when you make it Sun Toyota of Newport Richey, we make it happen.
Sun Toyota
Of Newport Richey.
Call 800-632-8895 for more details.
Injured? Take back control of your life. Call Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys at 1-800-747-FREE.
1025 The Bone. Real Raw Radio. WHPT, Sarasota, Tampa, St. Pete. Live from the WeatherTight Windows studio. Unique opinions, compelling conversation, and the best in afternoon entertainment. Now, the conversation continues on Drew Garabo Live.
What y'all thought y'all wasn't gonna see me?
Oh, yeah.
I'm the Osiris of this.
Wu-Tang is forever. Mother.
This 97, I ain't my. Let's do it like this. I'ma rub your in the moonshine.
Let's take it back to 1979, y'all. Bomb atomically. Socrates philosophies. Yeah. What's up? We're Drew Garabo Live. He is Maurice. My name is Drew. We are currently sitting in the Benchmark International Arena where premium doors are open, I believe. My girlfriend currently standing in a long line therein. And the main doors will open in approximately 15 minutes, allowing fans entrance to tonight's Toronto Maple Leafs Tampa Bay Lightning action. I just saw they have Bubble Down cartoon ads over there. And, of course, John Senning, big Bubble Down guy. Wow, what a segment with Julie Stewart-Benz. She's really, really good, man. She, you do not have to pull a lot out of her. She will give you content aplenty, and that certainly was enjoyable. If you'd like to join us by phone, you may. 800-771-1025. A few notes of housekeeping before we continue with our broadcast ahead of tonight's game, which can be heard, by the way, right here on 102.5 The Bone. We get a lot of new listeners from being the broadcast partner for the Lightning. It might have taken a while for it to trickle in, but we get calls from time to time. You ask them, hey, how'd you find out about us? You guys carry the Lightning. Well, I'll be danged. So Down to Bull is not yet completely sold out. However, we had to hold back a couple of lanes for companies that were buying their lanes. So if you are able to go through the website at theboneonline.com, and when you really you're making a PayPal donation to the Down Syndrome Association of Tampa Bay. You're not that's how you get your ticket and to entry, and they'll contact you after you make your donation. But if you're a company that wants to make 100% sure that you have a lane and your company can get a little recognition, go contact a sales professional at WHPT or Cox Media Group. You can reach them through our business office. I'm sure their emails are available on our website. We got some great ones from Frank and Richard and Simone to Chase and everybody. I mean, you can't go wrong with our sales department. They're good, hardworking people. Scotty Vaughn, shout out to her, love her a lot. And my buddy Nathan, who is celebrating an anniversary of his store, the Green Turtle, out in Anna Maria Island. He got himself a lane. They've been doing it since 1976. They've kept it in the family down there. So when you do your shopping, just think about the people who support our charities, and that's definitely Nathan, my man, at Green Turtle Shell and Gift at 701 Gulf Boulevard. Can't forget Achieva Credit Union, who is our title sponsor. I've been a member for so many years. I encourage you to look into membership yourself. If you want to support the people who support us, if you want a good service, a great feel, local credit union, giving you low mortgage rates, auto loans. You can walk into any auto dealership in the Bay Area pretty much with a letter of pre-approval from Achieva that lets you skip that annoying and threatening finance part. Just go to ACHIEVACU.com or stroll on into the Achieva branch near you, and chances are good that there is one near you. They're in Carrollwood, right up by Mo. They're in Palm Harbor. They're everywhere. So stop on in there and thank them very much for their enduring support of Drew Garabo Live. Also, something else for me to hawk at your ears is that we'll be taking the day off. Come play with our hooky hole. Nope. Come play on our hooky hole. March 19th, I believe, is the date, 2 days before Down to Bowl. Is that right? I think that is right. And that will be at Valspar, Innisbrook, Copperhead. We will be set up and broadcasting live on the number 11 green. This is a really cool experience. Have you ever been to a live golf tournament?
No.
It's super cool, and I have to say, they do it so great at Valspar. They make it so family-friendly. It's not just a stuffy atmosphere watching golf. It's the opposite. They're encouraging some raucous, rowdy behavior at our hooky hole, and they'll get it. And there's all kinds of lounges, like Publix sponsors a chill lounge where you can go and watch golf.
Nice.
Yeah, it's an elite experience. I went to my first one last year, and I'm so honored that we're going to be involved this year. So take the day off work, go enjoy a day of golf, hang out at our hooky hole, and you get access to an ultra-premium bar. There's going to be neutral sampling on site, and thanks to Dex Imaging, who's making it possible for us to do that.
Big Dex
Energy. And Senning will be doing his show out there. We'll be doing our show out there all afternoon long. You can snag a spot while they remain. I'm sure these are going to go fast at theboneonline.com and come play on our hooky hole. Okay, so let's go over the nominees that we have not covered yet, Maurice, before we are joined by the great Dave Mishkin, broadcaster extraordinaire. We did not mention Lauryn Hill. I mean, she had one album.
One album. I mean, she was with the Fugees.
Sure.
But they had one album.
Yeah. I think she's definitely a great MC. She is extremely talented. She has a commitment to fighting punctuality.
Yeah.
I don't see her getting in, not only not on the first ballot, not on any ballot.
Some people have that one brilliant work of art in them, and honestly, they are never going to best it or even match it. And I just kind of feel that way about Lauryn Hill. I mean, she's a fantastic voice.
Sure.
I mean, the lyricism of the miseducation of Lauryn Hill is fabulous, but now you've got nothing to compare it to. You've got nothing to say, okay, this girl can write.
Right.
And so, yeah, I don't think she's a Hall of Famer.
What about Melissa Etheridge?
Yeah, man, she's got the hits, and she's got
She does.
Melissa Etheridge, I mean, yeah. Is she up? She's up for it?
She is. It's the first time.
First time, Melissa?
Yep.
Oh, man. I don't know if she's a first-time ballot, but I do believe that there might be a place for her there.
I'm going to throw one at you, and I think she might be a first balloter. She's done a Super Bowl halftime show. She puts a hell of a lot of athleticism into her performances live. She's got the hits to back it up.
Britney Spears.
No, dude, but that Instagram is problematic. She dropped a new video 10 minutes ago. If she's not on methamphetamines, then somebody go get your girl, because she is making some faces of horror.
All you people that said free her from her father.
Oh, you free Britney folks, you got blood on your hands. They need to reverse that free Britney movement, jail Britney, or do whatever you have to do to save her soul, because
it ain't good, bro.
My God. Wow. It's like right back to the attacking the car with the umbrella Britney, shaving her head Britney.
Right.
This might even be worse, because there's nobody minding her.
No, this is the worst thing that she's done. Yeah, bar none.
On the other end of the spectrum is this young lady who is a first-time nominee. Her debut album, Can't Take Me Home, dropped in 2000. Her name is Pink. First ballot nominee or no? The answer is yes.
Okay, I'm just going to say I'm going to remove myself from that, because Pink's just never – I don't hate Pink. I get Pink. I'm just completely what is it?
Ambivalent?
Ambivalent towards Pink. Completely 100% ambivalent towards Pink.
One can be ambivalent towards the young lady and still acknowledge that she belongs in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame.
She puts on a hell of a show. I think she inspired a generation of female artists, and in that respect alone, you're probably right. She deserves it.
Fellas, show of hands. Corey Cardinal, Maurice, myself, show of hands. Who, at one point in time, owned the compact disc for Misunderstood? Okay, only one.
Was that a Pink comment?
I like the songs that were on it, but I didn't own it.
Come on, man. We dudes.
Hey, dudes get the party started also.
You
don't get a party started on a Saturday night? I can't wait for that song to come on MTV or the radio. I need it at my disposal. That was pre-streaming.
Ain't no self-respecting dude ever popped in a Pink CD into his car.
Well, to that I will say that I owned Avril Lavigne.
Okay.
Her first album.
The same ballpark.
I get what you're saying.
Well, Avril was fine, right? Avril
Pink was all right. In a Susan Powder kind of way.
Was that line from Breakfast Club? You're not fat, but you're definitely pushing maximum density.
Wow.
Yeah, that's Pink.
Hear that, ladies? You can ascend to the heights of musical superstardom, and Moe's just going to think that you're a hefty young lady. Thank you, Danielle. Heard recently and frequently on Setting shows, showing a sign of hands that she indeed owned Misunderstood.
She's a girl. Of course she did. That was our whole point.
Walked right into that one.
Yeah, you did.
She's kind of dude-ish in some ways.
Well, she is. Yeah,
she's a bro.
Pink has some mannish
No,
qualities.
I mean
you meant Danielle.
Danielle's a bro. She's kind of a bro.
She's a bro.
Dude, before streaming, if you wanted to get your vibe on a Saturday night and get that party started, What were you supposed to do? Just randomly wait for the video to come on MTV? No, you pop in that compact disc.
Go ahead.
I will say, while I did not own and I did not buy it, when I was downloading songs on Napster and LimeWire and all that stuff, I did have a few. I did have a few of those songs, they did make it to quite a few mixtapes.
Thank you.
Wouldn't you go Avril Lavigne or Christine Aguilera?
They were fine. They did a great job. That Redman song, "Dirty," that's a fine one.
Aguilera, that was
vintage Aguilera. Before she was like, I want to look like Miss Piggy.
That was my Pink, even though I still never owned any CDs by her. Either.
I mean, they were fine, but Pink's misunderstood and overlooked masterpiece. However, she is now nominated for the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, and I believe she will get in.
Pink, every time I see her,
ballot.
I always think she looks like it's that time of the month. I don't know why.
Wow.
Disregard for lady. Whether it's Pink, whether it's musicians, or it's our promo staff. He doesn't care.
She just always looks like she's menstruating. I don't know why.
Man.
Let the record reflect he licked Carmen's face. In front of her already soon-to-be husband.
Mo, short for misogynist.
Oh, my God. Oh, that'd be a radio station T-shirt. I'm into misogyny. Afternoons on 102.5 The Bone. Yeah, so New Edition is a first-time nominee. That's New Edition. Ronnie, Bobby, Ricky, and Mike. If I Love the Girl, who cared who you like?
No, they broke off into a lot of successful solo career.
Belle Biv DeVoe, Bobby Brown,
Ralph Tresvant,
Gill, Johnny Gill.
Even Johnny Gill had a hit.
Just got paid. Friday night.
Don't forget the Rub You the Right Way.
Oh, I forgot.
Rub You the Right Way. New Edition. Do I know First Ballot? Would I be mad? No, but they at some point they belong in it, given who gets in.
Yeah, they definitely belong.
Yeah.
All right, hang tight. We're going to come right back with an actual broadcast professional. This man can call a hockey game on his own, which I will say until my dying day is one of the most impressive things in the world. The one and only Dave Mishkin joins us next on Drew Garabo Live.
You're listening to Drew Garabo Live on 102.5 The Bone. Come roll with us for 102.5 The Bone and Drew Garabo Live's Down to Bowl. The 5th annual Down to Bowl event is happening Saturday, March 21st from noon to 3 p.m. at Pin Chasers Veterans Location. Join Drew Garabo Live for a great time, raising money for a great cause, with all of the proceeds going to the Down Syndrome Association of Tampa Bay. Head to theboneonline.com now to register and find out how you can come roll with us. The 5th annual Down to Bowl with Drew Garabo Live and 102.5 The Bone. Sponsored by Achieva Credit Union. Now, a Bone traffic update from the Farah and Farah Personal Injury Attorneys Traffic Center.
Heavy volume continues along the interstates and major roadways on both sides of the bay, but the biggest problems are in Pinellas. The left lane's been blocked from a crash eastbound on Keystone approaching Eastlake. Further south, the southbound frontage road beside US 19 has had the left lane blocked from a wreck at Almerton, and expect backups from a bad accident in St. Pete westbound on 22nd Avenue North just past 34th Street. This is Jim with traffic.
2 family members were violently rear-ended, but insurance denied liability. Farah and Farah used crash data to prove fault and secured $3 million. Farah and Farah's ready to cook. Tampa.
Furman Chevrolet in Brandon is Tampa Bay's #1 Chevy dealer. What makes us #1 at Furman Chevy Brandon? We say yes. Yes to having Tampa Bay's largest new Chevy inventory. Yes to paying top dollar for your trade. Yes to transparent pricing with no dealer installed options or inflated market adjustments you're forced to buy. Come see why we are #1. Visit us on Adamo Drive in Brandon or online at FurmanChevy.com. Furman Chevy Brandon. Together, let's drive.
This is a cat named Mo from Drew Garabo Live. Prime time, baby. I am the first Mo, but there is a second Mo, and he is the Mo that will help you if you need a personal injury attorney. It's Tampa attorney Mo DeWitt. Here he is to say one word because I've used up all the time. Hi. That's it. You got one word. Don't he sound sexy? 800, call Mo with an E. Injured on the go? Just call Mo.
Non-attorney spokesperson, offices Tampa.
That's Mo with an E.
Just when you thought the savings had ended, Crown Kia is just getting started. That's right. Right now at Crown Kia, the deals are stronger than ever. We have select new Kia models. 0% APR for 5 years. 0 down payment or 0 payments until spring. Don't wait. These offers won't last forever. We don't want to see you in another dealer's Kia. Crown Kia, the better way to buy and service. Call 800-371-0942 for complete details.
I'm John Morgan of Morgan & Morgan. If you've been injured in a car accident, call America's largest injury law firm. For over 35 years, my mission has been to deliver more for our clients, to deliver more for you. Injured? Visit forthepeople.com for an office near you.
Things people don't believe in. Little green aliens. Bigfoot. And that Spectrum TV combines all your favorite streaming apps with live TV at no extra cost. But that one is actually true. You get over $100 worth of streaming apps like HBO Max, Hulu, Paramount Plus, Peacock, AMC Plus, and more, included with live TV at no extra cost. It's only the way TV should be. It's only everything. Learn more at SpectrumTV.com.
When the heat is on the ice, or in your home, you can trust Cox Heating and Air Conditioning to keep things cool. For over 60 years, Tampa Bay has turned to the trusted Carrier experts at Cox Heating and Air Conditioning for repairs, installation, and unbeatable service. Right now, you can get the Cox Personalized Maintenance Plan. For only $110 for first-time customers, our certified technicians will visit your home twice a year and keep you cool. Go to coxair.com today. License number CAC 1816108.
In a world that never stops moving, aviation never stands still. And behind every safe takeoff, every smooth landing, stands an aviation maintenance technician. Those skilled technicians are built in hangars, in classrooms, built at National Aviation Academy, where determination becomes knowledge, where ordinary people rise to meet extraordinary challenges. In as little as 14 months, you can train to become an aviation maintenance technician, the backbone of every aircraft, the steady hand behind every solution, the expert who keeps the world in flight. Aviation moves fast. Your future can move faster. Visit NAA.edu today. Go to NAA.edu/success.
At IDC, we honor the legacy of the one and only Keith LeClaire.
We refuse to be beat on any diamond, any price, anywhere. You cannot get any closer to the source in International Diamond Center.
His competitive spirit, his leadership, his passion for quality.
The finest quality at the best price, guaranteed. Anybody that sees it on her hand, they're going to be going, where'd you get that diamond?
And who can forget Keith's fun side?
If you don't come to IDC, you are nuts. You're going to get a bigger, better diamond for less at IDC, period.
As we mourn his passing, Keith LeClaire's spirit will always be alive and well at IDC. And his other family members carry on his legacy. His voice, his teachings, his vision will continue to guide us into the future. And the core values of IDC will never change.
I want you to be protected. I want you to make sure you're getting what you paid for. It's a commitment from our family. It's our blood. It's our heart behind it. It's our trust. It's our integrity.
International Diamond Center, Tampa, Clearwater, Lakeland, and Sarasota. Online at shopidc.com.
Progressive knows that boat days can come with unexpected problems.
Dang, I forgot the wakeboard. How am I supposed to enjoy myself without my favorite water activity? I mean, sure, we could still go tubing, fishing, or even just relax on a floaty, but without the wakeboard, what's the point?
If a real problem comes along, your boat's protected 24/7 with Progressive, so you can keep worrying about boater problems. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates, not available in D.C.
Why choose a Sleep Number smart bed?
Can I make my site softer?
Can I make my site firmer?
Can we sleep cooler?
Sleep Number does that. Cools up to 8 times faster and lets you choose your ideal comfort on either side, your Sleep Number setting. Enjoy personalized comfort for better sleep night after night. And now, during our President's Day sale, take 50% off our limited edition bed, plus an extra $100 off all mattresses. And Saturday, only at a Sleep Number store or sleepnumber.com.
The Strawberry Festival returns to Plant City February 26th through March 8th with great shows like Brantley Gilbert Wednesday, March 4th, Dierks Bentley Thursday, March 5th, and catch Pitbull Toddler as well as The Offspring on Saturday, March 7th. All at the Florida Strawberry Festival February 26th through March 8th.
If you've been injured, we're prepared and ready to help. Call Farah and Farah anytime.
Tampa.
Now, a weather update from the Sun Toyota Weather Center.
Sun Toyota.com.
I'm Fox 13 Chief Meteorologist Paul Delegato. Cold air is about done. We'll go mostly clear tonight, lows in the mid-50s. Coming up on Thursday, a mix of sun and clouds, warmer and a bit more humid with highs running in the mid-70s. Showers arrive on Friday.
Now, back to Real Raw Radio. Sponsored by Anajar and Levine, accident attorneys. Call 1-800-747-FREE.
That's 1-800-747-3733.
Now, back to Drew Garabo Live.
We did not mention, Maurice, Iron Maiden, 2026 Rock and Roll Hall of Fame inductee. Fun fact, our next guest served as a roadie for Iron Maiden in the early 1970s as he was making his way through the world. He is the voice of your Tampa Bay Lightning, Dave Mishkin. How are you?
I'm fine. About the only part of that could conceivably be true is that I was alive in the early 1970s. Unfortunately, it kind of dates me a little bit.
Same.
So you weren't running cable during the Mark of the Beast tour? No. If anything, I was being carried around while somebody else was running cable.
Dave, you've got a bunch of games coming up. We were talking during the break about this glut of games that is headed our way. 27 Lightning games in 50 days. Did you remain mute during the entire Olympics break to give that golden voice a little break?
I was not mute, but I didn't emote. There was not much for me to emote. I wasn't calling any games. But I was watching the Olympics. I was telling you guys during the break, I enjoyed, the hockey was scintillating and dramatic and high level. That was some of the best hockey that you'll ever see. Sometimes you can put best on best, and it's just really good players playing against each other, but the level of play kind of met the moment. But I enjoyed watching the other sports, too, and the Olympics are interesting and great because maybe we get to see sports that we're not watching except during the Olympics, or maybe getting introduced to new sports.
Yeah.
And they're very compelling, too. I thought the stories that accompanied the Olympics were also really compelling. It's not like everybody, rode to gold either, right?
No.
There was some great, tragic, missteps, falls, disappointment, and that's part of the drama. Not that I was happy to see that, but you see how these athletes handle the disappointment of, training for 4 years for this one moment and then not to meet the moment.
Oh.
How do you come back from that? And that's in some ways the beauty of sports, right?
Yeah, it is.
You have to pick yourself back up
and triumph. Yeah, because you've poured your whole life into training facilities, into strict disciplinary act, and then boom, it's all over in a moment, and you either rise to the moment, like you said, or you don't. Yes, Maurice.
Before we get too far from Drew's initial question, when you're watching, when you're not announcing, and you find yourself on the downtime and you're watching a hockey game, is it muscle memory? Do you catch yourself announcing in your head and have to tell yourself to stop that? Maybe when I was younger, not so much now. Now I kind of watch to sense what's happening. Right. And you can tell when one team is pushing or that puck needed to get out there. That's what's going on in my head.
Okay,
right. For example, in the gold medal game. So I'm kind of guessing here because I wasn't there, but Canada was the higher seed, so I'm assuming John Cooper, as the Canadian coach, had last change.
Yeah.
So they had a superpower line, which he primarily used as a line. He mixed them a little bit, but he had McKinnon, McDavid, and Celebrini. This may have been the best line I've ever seen, which is saying a lot.
Yeah.
And a real credit to Celebrini, not just his talent, but how well he meshed with these two other guys.
Yeah.
Again, you can put three world-class players together. They don't always mesh as a line. That was a tremendous line. So how is Team USA going to handle that? And Mike Sullivan, I don't think he had last change. So he had to do what he could.
Right.
And I was curious to see that for at least much of that gold medal game, he used Matthews, Boldy, and Gensel.
Right.
As the forward unit.
Yeah.
And I was curious to see how they did. It was one of those, Sports Center, you can't stop them, you only hope to contain them.
Right.
It was a struggle. Every time that McKinnon line was on the ice, it felt like they were buzzing, they were close.
Yeah.
They missed so many chances. Hellebuck stopped them. But it wasn't like they were forced to play defense a lot. You know?
Right.
But I thought the Matthews line held their own. So that's the sort of stuff. Like,
Gotcha.
I'm like,
Yeah,
how are
I
they
get
doing
it.
here?
Yeah, and that probably doesn't impede you from enjoying the game because
No.
you don't have to shut off a part of your brain. You're still able to use the insight that you've gleaned through years of calling hockey and use that to kind of gain a keen insight into what's happening on the ice.
Yeah, for sure.
Awesome. That's great, man. So we come back. A lot of guys haven't been playing hockey on an elite level for the last couple of weeks. Some have. I don't know what to expect tonight. Do you have any clue of what we're going to see out there tonight, Dave?
So it's been a while, but we've been through this before. I mean, NHL players have been to the Olympics before, and we had a similar sort of break. I mean, I've been around long enough. I remember this. My first Olympics working in the NHL was 06.
Wow.
I came in fall of 02, so I missed the one in Salt Lake City. But we had it in 06. We had it in 2010. We had it in 2014. I remember in 06, it was right before my son Eli was born. He was born on March 1st, 2006. We came back from the Olympics in Italy that year as well.
Yeah.
It was in Turin, or Torino, I guess it's called. I don't know why they add an O. Sometimes is it Milan? Is it Milano?
I don't get it.
Anyway,
Yeah.
that Olympics as well was in Italy. And the Lightning were going to make the playoffs that year. They were the defending champs still because we didn't play in 04-05. They came back. They started a 3-game homestand, and it was February 28th. And they got blown up by the Florida Panthers 8-2 here.
Oh, wow.
I remember because my wife went into labor during that.
I was going to say, that is an unbelievable memory.
Well, I
you
remember
have.
there was like, can I just leave in the third period? It took like 24 hours. So it was about a day later. But, I mean, the Lightning didn't come out of that break very well. They kind of scuffled a little bit. 2010, they ended up missing the playoffs. I'm not sure. So, I mean, a team can be playing well going into the break, coming out of the break. I mean, it's 3 weeks, right?
Yeah.
Are you able to pick up steam? J.J. Moser said, I don't believe the way that we have operated this year that it's going to be an issue because we know how we need to play. It wasn't like, I mean, they were on a hot streak, but it was more about just they've been playing so well for so long. They also have built themselves a cushion, guys. So if things go off the rails a little bit, they've built themselves enough room here that they can kind of veer off course a little bit and get back on course if they need to.
So that
but I think they would
alleviates
like
some
to hit the
pressure.
ground. I think they'd like to hit the ground running.
Yeah.
The other thing I'll mention is that last year we had the Four Nations. Similar situation, just not as long of a break.
Right.
But it was still a break.
Yep.
And so the players that were not involved in that tournament, and if you weren't from the U.S., Canada, Sweden, or Finland, you were having a break. We had this weird dynamic where some players have been playing and maybe in sync, but also didn't get the break and the rest, and other players who got the rest.
Right.
And they need to shake off any rust.
Yeah.
But every team is going to go through it.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, it's going to be very interesting to see. I imagine a guy like Nikita Kucherov probably played a lot of hockey during the break. He strikes me as a guy who wakes up, works out, plays hockey, eats lunch, plays hockey, and then goes to bed. And
Or at
plays
least
hockey.
worked on his skills.
Yeah.
I mean, if he wasn't quote-unquote playing hockey, he was
Right.
probably on the ice.
Yeah.
Doing the things he feels he needs to do to keep himself sharp. I'll give you, I mean, it's not tonight, but it's tomorrow. Tomorrow's game is going to be interesting for me. The Lightning play home tonight. We're going to head to the airport right after the game, fly to Carolina. I mean, it's not a horrible back-to-back, but it's
a
not
back-to-back.
an easy back-to-back.
Right.
And they're
Right.
facing a rested team. I don't believe Carolina plays tonight.
Okay.
So you might say advantage Carolina. Well, the Lightning players will have gotten a game under their belts.
True.
Carolina, other than like Aho and Slavin and Jarvis and, the Olympians that they had, they're going to be coming out of the break dealing with what the Lightning are dealing with tonight, where the Lightning and Maple Leafs are on equal footing in this one regard, right?
Coach Cooper is away from the team. We, again, send our condolences regarding the tragic passing of his father. There's an emotional play for our coach kind of feeling, I imagine, in that locker room. Sure, you've got an assistant coach who knows the team very well, but probably these guys really want to win this one for their leader, yeah?
I think so, and he's going to miss tomorrow's game, too. I mean, he went out to Vancouver, so it's not a hop, skip, and a jump back.
No.
Not being in the room, I'm not feeling that vibe, but I'm sure that that's a motivating factor for them on top of just wanting to play well and get off to a good start here coming out of the break.
What a special first part of the season we've seen, Dave. This team has just munched and munched and munched points, won games that they easily could have lost. It feels like we've got that feeling again. You know what I mean? Like that sprinting towards the Stanley Cup playoffs feeling, and I like the way that feels here in Tampa Bay.
I agree with you.
I will point out, just as a word of caution, unbridled optimism is great, and I'm all for that. But we've seen a lot of really good performances this year around the NHL, and some teams have surprised with how well they have done. So, I mean, as well as the Lightning have played, Rob Zettler met with the media today. He's like, we really don't have a lot of, we haven't really built a gap from the teams right behind us in the Atlantic Division. Now, as it relates to getting into the playoffs, which is really the point of the regular season, for a team like the Lightning, they just need to get in.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not sure that for a team like the Lightning getting home ice, it's nice, but is it a be-all, end-all? Could they win a series as the road team starting? They could.
Yeah.
There is a gap between where the Lightning are and, let's say, 9th place. But, Montreal's got a legit team. Detroit's got a legit team. Buffalo looks like they've got a legit team. I mean, these teams are munching points, too. And the other factor that is uncontrollable, and the Lightning have done a magnificent job dealing with this factor this year, but injuries.
Yeah.
And I can look back to a couple of years where the Lightning have had a short playoff run, and at least part of the reason they got hit with a rash of injuries, and some of those came in the playoffs. Some of them came literally in the last week of the regular season. Bjorkstrand last year got hurt. The year before, Luke Glendening went. I mean, I think he tried to play in the playoffs, but he was affected 2 years ago.
Yep. Year before that, Braden Point, I believe.
Braden Point got hurt in the first round of the playoffs against Toronto, but they got to the final without him.
Yeah.
So it can be done.
Yep. Right.
But I remember Ben Bishop one year got hurt in the final week of the regular season. The Lightning ended up getting swept by Montreal. The year they won 62, Victor Hedman got hurt late in the regular season. So I'm not saying this to be doom and gloom. I'm just saying, there are factors that are still unknown.
Right.
And the great teams find a way to overcome those injuries, as the Lightning have done during this regular season. But I think they would probably sign up for, we've had enough injuries at this point. Let's have some sustained health here down the stretch in the regular season. Yeah. But sometimes these things just happen.
Yeah.
And it's the luck of the draw.
It
in
is.
a way.
It
to
is.
win a Stanley Cup, you need a lot of things to go right. And some of those you can control, and some of those you can't.
Yeah, and you just have to surrender to the universe.
But I love your optimism.
Thank you. Thank you.
Unbridled.
No, it's bridled now, Mo. It was unbridled before we sat down and talked to the voice of the Tampa Bay Lightning. He has bridled my enthusiasm.
I think there is reason, though, for you and fans and myself to be optimistic, because the Lightning have played at a very high standard. It hasn't been just for a week or 2 weeks or even a month. They've sustained this. Even when they hit a rut in early December.
Yeah.
They hit a scoring rut, but their defensive play was still quite good.
Yeah.
They were losing games 2-0 with an empty netter, which is how they lost to Toronto in the first meeting. So that's why Coop at the time was our process is good. He wasn't thrilled about losing, but he was like, this is going to turn around if we keep playing the way that we're playing.
Right. Yeah.
So really, other than the first 6-7 games of the regular season, the Lightning have showed up and they've played quite well all year, and that is a very good sign going into the playoffs.
Yeah.
It just doesn't guarantee anything.
Correct. I'm bridled. Fine, Dave. Dave Mishkin is the voice of the Tampa Bay Lightning. You'll hear him and Phil on the call with you tonight, Dave.
Yes.
It'll be the enthusiastic, unapologetic Phil Esposito on the call with Dave. Let's ask him the question that we talked about last week, that we asked Julie Stewart-Binks about.
Yeah.
Mr. Nathan McKinnon, after the rough and tumble game against the Americans, made an implication that the better team did not win that particular game. Can a better team lose a game? Or, by very definition, if you win the game, does that mean on that night or day you were the better team, Dave Mishkin?
So I did see that quote, and it was one line of a quote that was longer than one line.
Correct.
So he said more than just the one line.
Yeah, but we latch onto that.
Of course. Yeah. Well, that was what was highlighted, right?
Baby.
That angry face, right?
That is hate, Dave. Don't bridle our hate.
So I think the full context of the quote was he complimented the U.S. team, and then he complimented Hellebuck. And I think the point he was making, I don't disagree with, that through 60 minutes, overtime 3-3, 3-on-3 is a coin toss. It just is.
Yeah.
And, both teams had a 3-3 victory earlier in the knockout rounds and in the gold medal game. One team was going to win, one team was going to lose, but it's wide open, right?
Yep.
So I know that overtime goal has been dissected north of the border. Should Makar have backed off? That's not really in Makar's DNA to back off. Had he made the play and he would have had a lane to the net. If he scores there, nobody's complaining about the choice that he made.
Right.
Anyway, I think what McKinnon is saying is that through 60 minutes, Canada dictated play, and that is true.
That is true.
So that's what he meant by. Did he actually say the better team? I think he was more
said,
like,
watch that game and tell me the better team won. I think that's what I think that was his words.
And I think his point is, like, if you played that game the exact same way 10 times, Canada wins probably 8.
They probably do.
9, maybe.
He's not wrong.
Right.
But Hellebuck was the difference maker, and as we say, not just with the Lightning, who have Vasilevsky, who's stolen games before.
Correct.
Like, the goaltender wears the uniform.
He does.
Like,
he is part of the team.
He has the same uniform on.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
So, ultimately, Canada did way more than the U.S. to generate chances and generated more chances, but ultimately they weren't able to capitalize.
Yep.
So in the context of Canada outplayed the U.S. through 3 periods, I think that that's a fair assessment. And McKinnon is kind of he's very straight-laced.
Yeah.
Like, he's very direct. He's straight-laced.
I like
that.
that.
And I think when, his team doesn't play well, he says that also.
Yeah. Yeah.
We were awful tonight. He would say that. So I think he was speaking a truth. He was speaking his truth.
Yep.
And I didn't have a problem with what he was saying.
This man is so rational and sensible.
Diplomat.
Drives me up a tree.
But
I'm so emotional and impulsive.
I'm not saying that. I'm not sure he said they deserve to win.
Correct.
And that's different.
Yes.
Right,
Correct. Totally
because
agree.
deserving to win meant that something was like stolen away from you, out of your control. And
Correct.
Hellebuck stopped them.
Out of his mind. Yeah.
And McKinnon is playing on games where his goalie has done that for his team, so he understands that.
Sometimes it just bees like that.
Are you a believer in the adage or the statement, and it goes along with this, that a team can beat himself? You talked about how Canada had more opportunities but did not capitalize. Is that a situation where you feel like that team beat themselves, or do you not believe in that? The other team always beats.
I think both can be true. I think a team can beat itself. I don't think Canada beat itself.
Okay.
I think Canada played a great game.
Yeah.
And lost.
Yep.
And that's hockey.
It is.
Julian Brisebois has made this statement before, kind of assessing a series or assessing a team's play or assessing a stat. Maybe it's like, what's going on with this? Sometimes we get to meet with him either before the season or he does a fireside chat halfway through the year, and he has this expression. He calls it the randomness of hockey.
Yeah.
There is a randomness to this sport that other sports have, but maybe not as much.
Right.
The fluid nature of the game, puck off a skate where the guy isn't even looking, it just goes wide. It's the inside of the post, it slides across, half an inch more inside, it's in the net. There is a random element to this sport.
Yeah, and because it's so low scoring, basketball, it goes by in a blink of an eye.
So you can play quite well like Canada and lose.
Yeah.
I got you.
Just like they didn't quite finish some of the chances that they finished. But you can also beat yourself.
Okay.
Yeah.
And that would be making a boneheaded play that puts your team at a disadvantage and you get burned.
Okay,
that did not happen.
But Canada
at all.
didn't do that.
They did not.
Right.
I was hoping they would, but they did not. Dave Michigan is the voice of your Tampa Bay Lightning. You can hear him on this radio station in about a half hour or so. Dave, I appreciate you always.
My
Thank
pleasure,
you very
as
much
always.
for your time.
Good
Catch
seeing
him with
you
Bill.
guys.
He's
Have a good
our
rest of the
coworker.
show.
Thank you very much. He's a very dignified presence.
Yes,
he
he
really
is.
classes up the joint.
He's the
when he starts
bridler.
talking. And he brings his dog Stella to the hospital to watch sick kid. This guy, he's a mensch, is what
Yes,
he is.
he is. That's
All
indeed,
right. Well,
indeed.
Maurice, let's wrap things up here
All right.
live from the Benchmark International Arena. Thank you, Eric. Thank you very much, Maurice. Thanks to Corey Cardinal, who was an imposing presence as our security guard.
Terminator.
As always. And thanks to Julie Stewart-Binks and Steve Versnick as well. Tampa Bay Lightning is coming your way on your radio. Don't forget, Climate Design wants to get that air conditioning unit taken care of. The cool weather is gone, ladies and gentlemen. We probably won't sniff the 40s until October or so. That AC is going to be running non-stop.
Yeah.
Get it checked out right now. But you don't want to be in the heat of the summer and have your AC go on the fritz. That would be a bad situation. Get Climate Design at your place right now. Go to climatedesign.com or call 527-540-0097. They can even hook you up with a brand new super efficient Train HVAC system with a generous rebate of up to $2,600. ClimateDesign.com. How many minutes do we have, Eric?
We got no time left.
Perfect. Bye, everybody. Lightning Hockey is next.
You're listening to Drew Garabo live on 102.5 The Bone. We are Real Raw Radio. 102.5 The Bone.
Rear-ended by a dump truck. A man suffered brain damage no MRI could detect. Farah and Farah used expert medical evidence to uncover the rare condition and secured $5.7 million. Let Farah cook, Tampa.
Furman Chevrolet in Brandon is Tampa Bay's #1 Chevy dealer. What makes us #1 at Furman Chevy Brandon? We say yes. Yes to having Tampa Bay's largest new Chevy inventory. Yes to paying top dollar for your trade. Yes to transparent pricing with no dealer-installed options or inflated market adjustments you're forced to buy. Come see why we are #1. Visit us on Adamo Drive in Brandon or online at FurmanChevy.com. Furman Chevy Brandon. Together, let's drive.
Check engine or ABS light on? Take the guesswork out of your warning lights with O'Reilly Veriscan. It's free. Ask for O'Reilly Veriscan.
O'Reilly Auto Parts.
Every business starts with an idea. With smart business buying from Amazon Business, get everything you need to grow in one familiar place. From office supplies to IT essentials and maintenance tools. Ready to bring your visions to life? Learn how at AmazonBusiness.com.
Why choose a Sleep Number smart bed?
Can I make my site softer?
Can I make my site firmer?
Can we sleep cooler?
Sleep Number does that. Cools up to 8 times faster and lets you choose your ideal comfort on either side, your Sleep Number setting. Enjoy personalized comfort for better sleep night after night. And now, during our President's Day sale, take 50% off our limited edition bed, plus an extra $100 off all mattresses. And Saturday, only at a Sleep Number store or sleepnumber.com.
Hi, folks. Phil Esposito here, Hockey Hall of Famer. Well, who knew that I was going to go a little bit deaf? I lost my hearing a little bit. People kept telling me, what's wrong with you? You can't hear. So guess what? They were right. I went to Audibel. Audibel took care of me. It was incredible. Audibel, they are terrific. And by the way, Audibel's a proud sponsor of the Tampa Bay Lightning.
Book your free hearing test now at floridahearing.com. Hear better, live better.
Mike Calta here to tell you about my friends at Stingray Chevrolet in Plant City. Now is the time to get into Stingray Chevrolet and upgrade for less during their Stingray President's Day sale. To make room for new inventory, current models are on sale below market value, and they'll pay top dollar for your current vehicle. You can keep the cash, or you can use it to trade up and save even more. It's happening right now at Stingray Chevrolet. Visit stingraychevrolet.com or get in the big store on I-4 Exit 22 Plant City. Stingray Chevrolet. Together, let's drive.
Stingray Chevrolet. Relax, enjoy the difference.
At IDC, we honor the legacy of the one and only Keith LeClaire.
We refuse to be beat on any diamond, any price, anywhere. You cannot get any closer to the source than International Diamond Center.
His competitive spirit, his leadership, his passion for quality.
The finest quality at the best price, guaranteed. Anybody that sees it on her hand, they're going to be going, where'd you get that diamond?
And who can forget Keith's fun side?
If you don't come to IDC, you are nuts. You're going to get a bigger, better diamond for less at IDC, period.
As we mourn his passing, Keith LeClaire's spirit will always be alive and well at IDC. And his other family members carry on his legacy. His voice, his teachings, his vision will continue to guide us into the future. And the core values of IDC will never change.
I want you to be protected. I want you to make sure you're getting what you paid for. It's a commitment from our family. It's our blood. It's our heart behind it. It's our trust. It's our integrity.
International Diamond Center, Tampa, Clearwater, Lakeland, and Sarasota.
Car accident? Take back control of your life. Call Anna Jar and Levine Accident Attorneys at 1-800-747-FREE.
Contact Tax Relief Helpers for details and restrictions.
Attention, anyone that owes money to the IRS. Every day, your unpaid tax debt gets bigger and bigger from daily interest. The longer you wait, the more you will end up paying. If you owe $10,000 or more, now is the time to settle your debt before the IRS takes aggressive action, like taking your wages or property. A special toll-free number has been established so you can stop penalty fees, avoid liens, levies, or other hostile measures by the IRS. Call Tax Relief Helpers right now.
I got behind on my taxes and owed $48,000. I called and they got my bill lowered to just $3,500.
I owed $87,000 in taxes and it was scary. I got the amount I owed down to just $3,500. I saved $83,500.
If you owe money to the IRS, don't wait another day. Your tax debt gets bigger and bigger from daily interest. Call right now before the IRS enforces liens, levies, or other aggressive measures. The call and consult are absolutely free. Call now.
Call 800-476-6115. 800-476-6115. That's 800-476-6115.
Sound familiar? At Mattress Firm, we understand there are many problems that can keep you up at night, like snoring, aches and pains, or sleeping hot. Our sleep experts have the unrivaled know-how to match you with a mattress that can help. And now at Mattress Firm, save up to $700, plus get a free adjustable base with select Sealy Posturepedic mattresses. For the great sleep you deserve, visit Mattress Firm. We make sleep easy. Restrictions apply. See store or website for details.
Snapshot from Progressive wasn't created for just anybody. Oh no, we made it for you. Gradual breakers. You keep your eyes on the road, so you've seen it all. As long as it all happened directly in front of you, like a Swedish masseuse, your foot knows exactly the right amount of pressure to apply to the brake. That's why your passengers feel totally relaxed with you behind the wheel and occasionally super sleepy. With Snapshot, safe drivers like you get personalized rates based on your driving habits. Sign up today at Progressive.com. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Snapshot not available in California or from all agents.
If your heating or cooling system is on the fritz, call me, Bob from Badger Bob Services. We've got over 100 technicians on the road ready to help. From toilet and dishwasher issues, tripping breakers, and even washer and dryer repair, Badger Bob's does it all. Proudly serving Tampa and the Sun Coast. Go to BadgerBobs.com and give us a call. Badger Bob's. Funny name, but we're serious about service. It's who we are.
BadgerBobs.com. License CAC 11597, CFC 1428238, and EC 1300924.
Car accident? Take back control of your life. Call Anna Jar and Levine Accident Attorneys at 1-800-747-FREE.
The Bone, WHPT, Sarasota, Tampa, St. Pete, and 107.3 WXGL HD2, St. Pete. The Bone is the official Tampa Bay Lightning radio station.
3, 2, 1.
It begins.
All systems go.
Right now on The Bone, it's the Tampa Bay Lightning.
Following is a presentation of the Tampa Bay Lightning.
It's easy to forget that before the Winter Olympic break, the Tampa Bay Lightning were 19-1-1 over their last 21 games. It's even more impressive when you factor the injuries the team has faced all season long. And while the Lightning still aren't at full health, they will be welcoming back to the lineup Braden Point, Emil Lilleberg, Charles-Edouard Destoux, and Captain Victor Hedman tonight. The opponent tonight is 6 points out of the last wild card in the East. For the Toronto Maple Leafs, it's been a disappointing season on a lot of levels. They need wins in the worst way and would love nothing more than to earn 2 points against the Lightning tonight. Does it happen? We'll find out next. It's the Lightning Leafs, and it's happening right here on Lightning Radio.
Kucherov dances to the slot. Score! What a goal from Nikita Kucherov!